Hello and welcome to another Warhammer Online Age of Sigmar 2000 point battle report. Idoneth Deepkin versus Seraphon in Focal Points.
Woo!
Warhammer Online, the hope of Wargaming.
So where have we been, Jack?
I was on holiday.
No, the line from Blackadder is where haven't we been?
Oh, right.
Where have
here.
we been, Jack?
Here.
No, where haven't we? Okay, we've not been around for a couple of weeks, so apologies for that. Two reasons. One, Jack was on holiday. He actually had a long earned break, I think fair to say. But there was a fabled battle report.
That was meant to be a battle
lost
report.
in the annals of time. We had Idoneth Deepkin versus Seraphon. It was an incredibly intense and close game. It finished 24 to 25 points.
Yeah.
It was right down the edge. We had miraculous things like every time we put a hero near this terrain, we
unlocked the vault.
I think in 5 terms we unlocked it 4 times. No, I did it once, you did it 3 times.
Yeah.
In each of those occurrences, we brought about an endless spell.
Yeah.
So there was endless spells over the table, even though we didn't have them in our list. It was just an incredible, fun, fantastic game, and I can reveal now, Idoneth Deepkin won by 1 point.
Won by 1 point.
We got to the very end of it. Jack went off to edit it before he went on holiday, and there was no audio at all.
It was just a long line of background music and sadness. So
we had a little cry.
Yeah. This was like the day before I was meant to be getting away.
So we couldn't refilm it. And you've been away, and I've been super busy with work as well, so we just haven't had a chance. But so that's all of the excuses out of the way.
Yeah.
We're back with a modified list actually on your side of the table, but not on my side of the table. You felt you needed to change things out a bit.
Yeah, like the list I did before, it was like a bunch of monsters, and it was alright, but it was hard to play, and it was kind of like
I think
it went downhill quite
the
quickly.
score didn't reflect the game actually, because
Yeah.
I basically avoided you for 2 turns, and I scored all of my points in 3 turns.
Yeah.
And it didn't really reflect the game, because
it
if
wasn't.
you take the 3 turns where I actually engaged, I just mashed through your army.
Yeah.
So we've tried to adopt that.
So I've changed it up now, and I was making this list, and I was just like, yeah, let's add some Saurus here and some Saurus there, and then it turned into, wow, that's a lot of Saurus on the table. So I've got like 60 Saurus warriors and like 20 Saurus guard, and it's all just a bit crazy.
Well, we'll do the list, but before we go into all of that, I just want to thank everybody for their support. If you want to support us beyond likes and shares and thumbs up and comments and all the rest that you wonderful people do on YouTube, of which some of them, as some of our favourite comments over the last few weeks, are probably showing on the bottom of the screen right now. If we've got audio, picture, sound.
Nice.
But also, if you want to support us, you can go along to wargameronline.com and sign up to a premium membership. There's a new battle report going up on the premium membership as well in the next week, so check that out. It's a kind of new old one. We've had it edited for a while. So that's going up. And also, if you want to check out our favourite game store as well, Element Games, we're now an affiliate of those. So if you follow the links below in the description and go along and purchase using our links, then that helps us out also. So thank you very much for the people who've been doing that, because people have been doing that, which has been amazing. We've been getting a little bit of funding every now and then, which is enabling us to expand our armies. Next week we're seeing
Lumineth release. So
we're pretty excited. We've been saving our pennies up for Lumineth. We're pretty excited about that, and you'll be seeing a few of those. Okay, well, with a brief introduction from the local tractor, let's get into the armies.
Yes.
Okay, for the Idoneth Deepkin, I am taking the Enclave Futan again. My leader is Voltornos, the High King of the Deep, and he is indeed my general. Accompanying my 2 units of thralls are an Ishran Soulrender each, so 2 of those. Also have a Tidecaster wondering what the hell she's doing here, but she's brought along with her the Leandra's Last Lament artifact, and from the Laws of the Deep taken Tide of You love them. I love them. It's the most fragile unit in the game. It's 2 units of Chen Nemerati Thralls. I've got 2 units of 3 Ishlan Guards, and just for clarification, they are converted from Hydra necks, basically. The model. Is it a Hydra? I think it's called a Hydra, isn't it? I'm thinking of swapping the heads, though. I've kind of fallen out of love with the conversion. 6, no more, no less, but 6 more Sargard. And just to mix things up a bit, I've got 3 Achelian Alapexes, and despite the listing, they're actually not got the harpoon, they've got the nets with them. Why in terms of the unit, but you'll hear me complain about that. And finally, one of the most impressive models in the Age of Sigmar range, if you ask my humble self, I have the Achelian Leviathan. Just gotta love that guy.
Okay, for my 2,000 point Seraphon army again, I was going to do a Starborn army, but I just don't like them. Don't like Starborn. I like Coalesce. I'm sticking with Coalesce. Coatl's Claw. Kicking it off, I do have Lord Croak now. I know there's probably a big sigh from some people out there, but I think I've taken this dude once. I've taken him like once in one battle report, and I've never taken him again. So I kind of wanted to see how he's going to do.
It's one of those things. Haters going to hate with. Yeah, he's just one of those models. I think he drives everyone.
And hey, I'm up against Idoneth. I mean, give me a break. Next to him, I have an Astroloth Bearer, just because, you know, the extra range on spells just makes Croak amazing. And then a Skink Starseer with Celestial Harmony. Can't play Coatl's Claw without an Old Blood on Carnosaur. He is my dominant predator, and he has the Eviscerating Blade.
Rah.
And it wouldn't be Coatl's Claw as well, just without Saurus. For me, Saurus is what this army is about. So I'm going to kick it off with 20 Saurus Guard to protect my heroes. In my 2 other battle line slots, I have 2 units of 30 Saurus Warriors. And then speeding out on the flank, some cheeky little Ripidactyl Riders just to harass some people.
Bless them.
And just in case there wasn't enough Croak hate out there, I am sticking him on top of a Bale Wind Vortex.
Oh, God.
Okay, the battle plan for today then, folks, is focal points. Now, the way this works, you have 5 objectives, as you can see here, kind of 1 in the middle, then 2 in either deployment zone. You deploy 9 inches away from the enemy territory, so 15 inches up, which is nice. And the way you score objectives, if you hold 1 and 3, or 2 and 4, you get 3 points. If you hold the center one, you get 2 points, and if you hold just either 1 without 3, 2 without 4, or vice versa, you get 1 point from each of them. And one thing to mention is, in addition, you do get an extra victory point if a monster is within 6 inches of an objective you hold, a monster or behemoth. Now, I think we both have 1. I've got my Carnosaur, you've got the Leviathan, so it might not be a big deal, but you know, it could get us some extra points there.
Could help.
The realm of battle today is Hish, the realm of light. The magic is Purity of Defense, is casting value of 5, and it basically is a Mystic Shield. It gives you reroll 1s to save. All terrain features have Mystical, and the realm command is you can spend a command point, and you can give a unit the ability to ignore cover, basically, which, you know, might be useful. I mean, you know, you've got Leviathan, and there's lots of cover around it, lots of area terrain. So
yeah,
we're going to run through the scenery. We got a commanding piece here, an entangling piece here, a healing piece here, and another entangling here.
Entangling.
Yep.
Commanding.
Yep.
Healing.
No, nullifying.
Oh, nullifying. Sorry,
Nullifying.
I do apologise.
And then we are using the rules for the Sigmarite stuff.
Yeah, so we've got Enduring
Stormbolt, Shattered Temple.
Shattered Temple.
Yeah, and then this one's the Dias over here. And then you have gone ahead and put your 2 boats down. This is 3 inches away, by the way.
It's just the angle of the camera cuts in like that. So when you actually get your inches in there, it's 3 inches. Plus, you know, we're being a little relaxed, aren't we? Yeah. When you've got this kind of thematic terrain, I don't think anybody would be ever able to put any of that stuff down. Yeah, exactly. just having a quick look at deployment. For myself, I've hung right back. I'm terrified of those big blocks. You can see me right back here. You can actually go 15 inches in on this mission, isn't it? Which I think is right to the front of those zones almost. Well, it's not quite. It's still
where I am.
but yeah. So yeah, I've hung back a bit. Depending on whether you take first or second turn. We all know I'm strongest in third turn anyway.
Yes.
I don't particularly want to do a lot. A lot of it is about screening, just screening them all. So I really need them alive by the end of the game. But you've got so many spells, you know they're going to be picking those up before they can do anything. I'm protecting Voltornos as well, or at least attempting to. But again, your spells are going to be really.
He does have the 4 to ignore spells.
He does. He does. So yeah, screening as much as I can. Thralls in front of beasties. Useless 300 points. I might as well use the 300 points for screening, and then just out to the flank, just to threaten you. If you were going to just assume I'm not going to do anything and then act foolishly, then these guys are there to do something. Other than that, over to you, Jack.
Yeah, I mean, I did something pretty simple. Big unit of 20 Saurus Guard in the middle, acting as the command center with Croak the Astroloth, the Skink, and Big Daddy Dino over to the side. And then just 2 big units of warriors there flooding the objectives, and the 2 Rippers out on the side to go maybe do some harassing turn 1, turn 2-ish. So, you know, pretty simple there.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
There we go then, Jack. We are into you deciding who to go because you finished deploying first. Simple as that.
First. So, I can't do anything on my first turn. I don't think you're going to do much on your first turn. I'd rather be able to control who's kind of going next. So I will give you the first turn.
Let's get into it. Idoneth Deepkin, turn 1.
Yep.
Here we go then into my hero phase. There's a couple of things I need to attempt basically. Let's see if we can get the ritual off. That's a good place to start. Looking for a natural 9, and I get it with a 10.
Yeah, so I can't
you're
fly.
not flying. Yeah. It's a good thing to shut off in turn 1. Let's go for Mystic Shield out of the Tidecaster, having no other options. 7.
I stopped that one.
Oh, okay. Right, let's get into movement basically. Super fast hero phase. Yep. This is going to be a super quick turn for me. So here we go into movement. The only real thing to do, I think, is let's just advance these sharks forward. There's no way I can hold it numerically. Yep. So the sharks are going to. What is the range actually on my harpoons?
They're 18.
18. So let's just see if I can get all of them in range.
Yeah,
I can, and in fact, just to annoy you, I'm even going to come.
You have to stay within an inch of terrain if you're on the 6 signal.
Each model. Oh, of course, it's model, isn't it?
Yeah.
There you go. How about that for fun?
Cool.
Shark attack. Next up, just because I've killed my shield, I'm going to move the eels. They've got a 14-inch move. I don't want you double turning me, coming across here and slamming into my eels. And although it's still a hell of a stretch without, without fly, maybe I don't need to worry about that anymore. You know what? I'm going to play it safe anyway. I don't want to be losing out to those guys. I'm going to bring these over here.
Yep.
Just to make it so you can't get your bases in, so you'd have to go over the top of those units, which extends all the possibility of whether you can get anything up at all. The Leviathan, I'd love to just move the Leviathan here.
Yep.
But I need him.
You need to keep him within 6 inches.
Within 6 inches. So what I might do is I might just bring him forward for turn 1 anyway. I know I am risking you going into the Leviathan, but
it's got 24-inch range.
Brings him forward, 24-inch range. It gives him the 6-up ignore because of the terrain. And it still gives me the extra points for that. So at that, into my shooting. Here we go then into my shooting. I'm just gonna shoot the 3 netters.
Yep.
Those guys are 2 wounds over there, aren't they?
Yeah.
You know what? Let's try and chip them away. There's no rend on this, but this is 3 net launchers. I'm hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. 2 hits so far with a 1 in there. Yeah, it's a 1 again. And then wounding on 3s, no form of reroll there. Oh, reroll 1, of course, coming from Voltornos. That is 1 hit, no rend 3 damage.
Goes through, so it's 2 damage, and then 6s to ignore. ignored 1, so one guy takes
What gives you the 6 up to ignore?
the Astroloth banner.
Here we go then. The Leviathan sees the mighty impact of the net launchers and says, I can raise you. I see your 1 wound you just did, and I can raise you by hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. 5 hits so far. Wounding on 3s. This is all coming from the harpoon launchers, by the way. Only 3 wounds, no rend.
4 palmers, 6 up to ignore. Save
At that, we move into my hero phase because I am not attempting any charges this turn or any form of advancing this turn. Just don't see the point. I gain 1 point, 2.3 points. Big point to mention: the behemoth is within range of that, giving me an extra point. So 3 points from my back objective, a further 2 points from the center objective, giving me 5-point lead as we go into your turn 1, Jack.
Yep.
There we go then, into your turn 1 hero phase. Do you want to just shake on it, or are you...
No, I'm going to try and generate my command points. So I get 3 from Croak and 1 from the Starseer. So I get 2 extra, which puts me on 3 command points because of the 1 I gain. My Asterism, I guess I'll go for the +1 to cast onto Croak. Then Croak will... I'll start off with a Comet Scroll. I get +3 to this. So that's 5, that goes to an 8. So
6, 7, 8. I'm going to try and deny it. I'll try and deny it with the... I've got 2 options now because of the nullification terrain. But I'll try and deny it with the Tidecaster. And on an 8, you are good, unfortunately.
So D3 units, 2 units. I will go for the 2 Soul Renders. So Soul Render near Voltornos takes 3, and the other one takes 1. But they all get 6s to ignore because they're near the terrain.
Yeah, that's true, actually. So the 3, I ignore 2 of them.
1 wound.
And the 1, no. So both of them taking 1.
Just 1 wound.
Mortal wound.
Cool. Then Croak is going to Mystic Shield the unit of Saurus Guard. I get it on a... I mean, what's that? An 11.
How many spells have you got, though? You've got dozens.
Croak's got 4 and the Skink's got 1.
Okay, well at 11 I'm going to ignore. There's no point trying to
Okay, so that. Mystic Shield onto them. Then I'm going to put the... It's like protective light from Hish. Ice.
Essentially another Mystic Shield.
Yeah, I still get it on a 6. I roll a 3, but it goes off on
That's
a 6.
on your big guy, is it? Well, on a 6, let's try and stop it. This is coming out of the Soul Render near the terrain there. And on a 5, it goes through. That was probably my best chance of stopping one of your spells this
And then
turn.
Croak can't... I mean, he's... Okay, he's got 18 inches, so he can do an Arcane Bolt.
Okay.
He gets it.
Okay, well, there's nothing I can do. I'm out of denies.
So it's just going to be D3 mortal wounds because I rolled quite high.
Quite
2.
high?
2, so
2 mortal wounds. I got 2 6-ups because of the terrain.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Okay.
So 2 wounds into that unit of mighty.
And then the Skink going for Controlled Fate. He only gets +1 to this. I get it on a 9, so...
No deny over here.
Gives the Saurus Guard +1 save.
Yeah. All good.
Then, I think that's everything.
Super tanky Saurus army.
Yep, so now it's into movements.
Right.
Starting off the movement with the Saurus Guard, they're running. I get a 5, that's enough. Gives them a 10-inch move, which will go down to a 7, you know, kind of losing 3 to get up to the terrain. But getting a decent way up towards the objective. Croak is advancing up as well. Yeah, that is plenty for Croak just to get over to there. The Astrolith Bearer, again, plenty for him to get up. And the Skink, yeah, again, plenty for him to get up to there. This unit of Saurus Warriors is going to run 5, so that gives them a 10-inch move as well. The other unit of Saurus Guard running up 6, that's perfect.
Wow.
So that gets them 8 inches
the horror.
because of the terrain, going 3 inches up the terrain. Carnosaur running up. Just getting over to here.
Making sure you get the extra point. On
Yep.
the
These
objective, yeah.
rippers, of course they can't fly, but that's still plenty. Getting them up and over to here. And then the other unit of rippers. 5, that gives them an extra 2 inches for going down the terrain, so that gives them a 14-inch move off the terrain. So yeah, they'll go actually out to right over onto the flank. Like that, but staying 3 inches away from the boat. Just like that. Then I think that's all my movements.
Okay. Having no shooting to
Yeah.
ignore any charges because you ran anything, you really push for that turn 2
Yeah.
engagement, yeah?
Yeah.
Which you've got to. You can't say, oh, I'll wait
Yeah.
until turn 3.
It's one of those, even if I hang back, you're probably still going to be able to engage with me
Yeah.
because you're so fast. And then it just means you're going to be able to dominate the midfield. So
You've got to make me. Yeah, exactly. You have to make me
I
think about the
have to maybe
midfield.
hope
You
I
have to
can
make me
hold.
feel about defending these because if you get
Yeah.
through to them, it's a problem.
You know,
Okay.
I've got a lot of wounds here, and it's going to be quite hard for you to get through all of them.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, I get, same as you, 5 points. I've taken the middle objective, I hold both my back objectives, and I have a monster on this back objective. So, I think that's everything.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how many points do you score? Sorry,
5.
you 5 again. So
Yeah.
the equivalence to me. So we're going even Stevens into the roll off for turn 2.
Yeah.
Possibly the most important roll of the game.
Here we go. I only got 3.
I'll raise you with a 2.
Okay.
Right, catastrophic, I think, for the Idoneth Deepkin,
Yeah,
but we
it's
will
quite
see.
quite
we'll
big for me.
Huge for you.
So again, gonna roll to generate my command points.
Yeah.
I get another 3, so I'm on 6
it takes
command
the 6
points.
command points. Okay.
It's quite big. Apart from that, my asterism. Oh, I think I'm gonna go with the +1 attack on my heroes.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of the only thing I've got to
It's
play
just on
for.
one hero. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's only on
Alright,
one hero.
And you're putting it on the.
Well, I'm
console.
choosing the combat phase, but yeah, it's going to be on the
okay.
console.
Of course.
Apart from that, then spells, of course, Croak going for a Comet's Core. He's only on +2 now, but that is a 9 it goes off on.
Okay, I'm going to go for the deny on the comments call
No.
now. Don't
So
stop
D3 units again. One unit. I'll go with the Leviathan, just to try and chip it down. 1 mortal wound, so
Okay,
1
6 of ignore. No, that goes through.
Okay, then I'm going to go for,
Just to state, the 6 of ignore, as a reminder, is coming from the highish terrain.
Highish terrain, yeah.
Hish.
Hish.
They said hish on
Hish.
Wargamer,
Yeah,
Warhammer
hish.
TV.
Yeah.
Hish. There's no extra letter in there, is there? What are you doing anyway? Put it on.
Croak going for a tier 1 Celestial Deliverance on +2.
Oh,
I
my
get
God.
it, so you can't stop that.
Yeah.
With the +6 inch range, it goes to 16 inch range instead of 10. I have to pick 3 units, but there's only 2 in range, the Shards and the Leviathan. So
Yeah.
Leviathan on a 3+. D3 mortal wounds. 3 mortal wounds on the Leviathan. And the
3 ignores on a
Sharks.
6.
I
You
don't
carry
get
on.
the Sharks, so...
All 3 going through on the Leviathan,
Okay.
taking it to 4 wounds.
He's going to go for another one. That's a 6, 7, 8, 9. It goes off again. Do you want to try and stop that?
How many spells you got left?
Croak's got 1 more, then I've got the Skink.
Given I've got 3 unbinds actually, so I've just realised they gain 1 through notification. I wasn't really thinking about that in turn 1. Let's go for it because I might just look out. And I don't on a 6.
So again, the Leviathan on a 3+, yes, D3. 3 again.
Oh.
And the Sharks, no. Again. So,
Okay, let's go for that. No, they're all going
3
through.
more.
That's 7 wounds on the... My
and
goodness
then
me.
1... Actually, you know what? I'm not going to go for the 3rd Celestial Deliverance. I'm going to go for a Mystic Shield onto the Carnosaur. I get it.
Well, I've got
on
one
an
last deny. I've
8.
got my third deny, so let's try and stop that on a 6. No, just
So Carnosaur's
really
missing
not
shielded.
knocked out on those denies.
And
Cool.
then going to try and give the Carnosaur +1 save from Control Fate. I get it. So +1 save for the Carnosaur. Then apart from that, I'm going to try and open the vault. I'm going to open the vault with Croak.
6 up.
Yeah.
No.
That's
Okay. We've done that so many times. That's good.
I think that's everything.
Yeah.
So now it's into movements.
Well, okay.
Starting off, first things first. I'm not happy about this.
95-inch
really wish my army had fly right now. That was
just
the
better
only.
movement.
That was the only thing about taking the double turn, was the fact that ignore fly was still going to be in effect. But if I didn't do it, you were just going to come up and mess me up. So I had to.
Yeah.
More Saurus going.
5, are you going to run them? Or you just?
No, they're just going to have to do that. Even the run won't get enough bodies onto the objective. So
yeah.
at least now, because it's only going to be 3 inches down. So at least now, if the thralls want to challenge them, they're in cover.
True.
So yeah. More Saurus Guard moving up. They just need to stay 3 inches away.
Sure.
So just up to there.
Okay.
And then up they trundle. The posse of characters, so Croak only gets 1, so that still gets him enough to get up to there. The Astroloth, 1 as well, still gets him enough to go up to there. And the Skink, throwing that dice away. Then the Carnosaur, it's got a 10-inch move, so if I go 7 inches, gets him like that.
Nice.
I know. I'm leaving my. You know what?
You've got a unit over there you've probably forgotten.
The Ripidactyls are running 2.
2.
So that gives them 14, which is a
You've remembered I've got super fast eagles.
Yeah, super fast, move and fly, so back they go.
Just ignore you and fly straight over your army and grab some cheeky points, which is what I was half smiling myself.
Yeah. And then these Rippers, although they might be too far out, but that's
but they can
60.
help. They can help, can't they? And that would be where my Islam would have landed. So they're blocking my landing port, basically. Because I could have landed there 3 inches away from your dudes and just tagged with one model. So enough.
Croak sends out like a telepathic pathway. It's like, what are you doing, you fools? Get back! And they're like, oh, okay.
You know. Okay, let's go.
Old Blood, D6 shots. 4 shots.
4 shots into.
This is into the sharks. It has to be.
Has to be because of the range. Yeah.
So 3s to hit. That's not bad. 4s to wound. Again, not bad. Wow. 4 saves at -1 rend.
So 4 saves at -1 rend. So 4 up save, but within cover up to 3 up. Any rend on this?
Yeah, -1. So back down to 4.
Back to 4 up. So 4 up with a 6 up ignore. 1 going through.
Just 1 damage.
6 up ignore on the 1 damage. It goes through, taking that guy to 3 wounds.
Okay.
Into the charge phase.
Yeah, I'm going to use the Astromancer's staff onto the Old Blood, which gives him the 3d6-inch charge. So starting off with him first.
You need that. Yeah, I suppose so. He's got to get down the block.
That's a 10-inch charge, which will be 7 inches from there, which, just gets him in. So I did definitely need it.
Beast on beast.
I'm going to go over with this unit of Saurus next. They need an 8-inch charge. Oh, with a 9, that gets them in.
They're in, yeah. That's good. Let's just work out where you're tagging to. Still in the ridiculous charge phase.
Yeah, the other unit Saurus, if they get a double 6,
no. I can see a 5, I'm happy. Oh,
they can
man,
re-roll. But that doesn't get them in.
Oh my goodness.
That re-rolls from the war drum, by the way, so I don't have to spend command points on these guys. The Saurus guards, I guess a 6.
You good?
Yeah, I'm just thinking, do I want to re-roll it with the drum? But no, I think it's okay.
You're thinking the amount of bodies in, yeah?
Round over like this.
Yeah, and that and 4 down. I think you can get that, but after that, you're going to be kind of.
I mean, that's the. I think putting these like that, we can say that front goes down the stairs.
I'm okay.
But it's just sorting out the models. Okay, so combat phase. because I'm Coatlal's Claw, all my Saurus that charge get +1 to hit. Then I'm going to go with the Way of the Seraphon. I think it's Wrath of the Seraphon from him, his command ability onto this unit of Saurus Guard. And a 4-up, I get it back. No, so I do have to spend a command point on that. And I'm also going to put it onto the other Saurus Warriors. But I do get that one back, so that's only 1 command point so far. And then I'm going to go for all-out attack on my the Carnosaur, which I get it back.
Oh,
I'm going to go for all-out defense on the Saurus Guards. I get it back, and then I might as well go for sit in range. Yes, all-out defense onto the Saurus Warriors. I don't get that back though, so I do have to spend the command.
So you're down to 4 command points of that. So powerful.
Yep.
4-up ignore.
It's crazy.
Well, 4-up get you command point. But okay, you are activating the Leviathan first.
Yeah, the odd blood.
Sorry, Leviathan. Against the Leviathan.
Yep. So 4 attacks with the Celestite Spear, the Sunstone Spear. Hitting on 2s now, re-rolling 1s. That was just a 2 though. That wasn't a 6, but that 6 is 2 mortal wounds from the eviscerating blades.
Okay.
And I get an extra attack because it's a Celestite weapon. Then it is 3s to wounds. That is 3 saves at -1, so it's going to be 3 4-up saves.
3 4-up saves. 1 going
so
through.
3 damage so far. So it's going to be 5 damage so far.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm getting 3 attacks from the clawed forelimbs, hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s, and wounding on 3s. That's 1 save at no rend.
1 3-up save. Good save.
Okay, and then the jaws, 5 attacks, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. So only 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. Oh, that's really not good. That's 1 save at -1.
1 save at -1.
Okay,
and
so
one
that's
goes through.
5 damage. So
that's
it's 10 damage in
That's enough to
total.
kill him if I make no 6-up. Here we go for 10 ignores. I can. Oh my goodness me!
So
Jack,
only 4.
4 wounds going through.
Okay.
That's like Yahtzee plus some. Here we go then. The sharks are attacking. I'm going with all 3 of them, obviously, against the Saurus Guard. This is 15 attacks. I was half tempted to go with the Leviathan against them, but let's do the sharks. 15 attacks, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s because of Voltornos's proximity.
And it's turn 2.
And it's turn 2 through time, so I get re-roll 1s anyway. So here we go with the hooks and blades, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. It's a hell of a roll so far. There's a few 1s in there, but you know, only 1 2 so far. Yeah, I still made up with a couple of 1s. And then this is the problem with these guys, wounding on 4s. Why?
The weirdest unit ever.
The weirdest unit ever. That's only 1 2 3 4 5 6 wounds on them. Still better than I expected. No rend, of course, on this.
6 4-up armor as well, and a 6-up to ignore. No, so it does kill that dude who was wounded a while
1
ago.
wound so far with 3 attacks coming out of the ferocious bite.
Yep. Hitting on 3s.
Here we go then with the 3 bites, hitting on 3s. Re-rolling the 1.
Yep.
Oh, that was a 6 for a second. Wounding on 3, of course.
Re-rolling.
But re-roll 1 for Futan.
Yep.
And it's a 1 again.
Of course.
That's the only thing that did decent damage. Oh my goodness me, that's not the rolls. Bunch of fin attacks, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. What am I doing? Oh my goodness me. Only 6 2s out of all of that. Wounding on 3s, re-rolling 1s because it is indeed fin attacks. But unfortunately, whilst that's 5 going through, they're at -1 rend doing 1 damage.
So 5 ups, and 6 ups to ignore. 1 ignored, so that's going to be another 1.5 dead.
So that is why you never, ever spend 300 points on sharks. It's one of those things.
That's so worth it.
What they lack as an individual unit, they continue to lack as a 3-man unit. Yeah. Wow. Here we go with you activating the Saurus Guard. They're pretty powerful. You've got a lot of abilities
even though there's only 4 of them in. So
this
8
could be
attacks
bad
with the
news
clubs,
for the Idoneth.
hitting on 2s, and wounding on 3s. That was a bad wound roll though. So that is 4 saves at -1 rend.
Okay, so 4 saves, -1.
They're going to be back to a 5 up because of the cover from the Leviathan.
Unfortunately, 3 of them are saves.
There's one dude near the terrain, so do you want to do the 6 up to ignore?
Yeah, why not? Why not? Nope.
So the one dude near the terrain has to go. Well,
there's actually one over here,
yeah,
so you know what? I'm going to take him from the far end of the unit.
The bites now on 3s, rerolling 1s. Well, that's not too good. And then I think it's 4s to wound with the bites. That is 2 saves at no rend, so 2 5-ups.
2 5-up saves. 1
sorry, no, that'll be 4-ups because it's no rend and cover from the Leviathan. So no wounds.
Apologies, so no wounds, yes.
Yep.
Yeah. There we go then. I'm going to activate the Leviathan and I'm going to put all the attacks into the Saurus Guard that haven't attacked yet. I mean, I'm not going to change the amount of attacks you can get onto them. But I've used my pile-in to close the gap so you can't continue to circle round me on this side at least. Still got movement on the other side of the unit. He's very, very muted with 11 wounds on him at the moment. So the only thing I can really do is, like I say, hit you as much as I can. I'm going to hit you with the Crushing Jaws. This is now with 11 wounds, 4s to hit. Looking for that 6 though. And I get a 1.
You get to reroll 1, so.
Do you get a reroll 1? Swap dice. And I get the 6.
So it's like D6 mortal wounds?
No, that's just 6 mortal wounds instead of the normal damage. So for every hit roll of a 6 in the model's Leviathan Crushing Jaws, the attack inflicts 6 mortal wounds instead of normal damage.
Okay.
It's normally D6 damage,
right.
But it's 6 mortal wounds. Then the Scything Fins. I get 4 attacks with these. 3s and 3s, but the damage is down to 2, which of course you take down to 1. So 4 attacks on 3s, re-rolling 1s, and wounding on 3s, and because, well, re-rolling 1s, but I don't need it, so that's 2 going through at -1 rend.
So 2 5-ups.
And essentially 2 damage going down to 1.
8 in the pool.
Then we've got 2 attacks with the twin pronged spears. Hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s. I wound, no rend, 2 damage.
I saved.
Okay, and then I've got 4 attacks with the harpoons, which is weird because I've got I've got harpoons.
Yeah.
3s, re-rolling 1s, and then 3s to wound, no re-roll because it's not the mount. 2 wounds, no rend, 1 damage.
Both go through. So that's 10 damage in the pool, 6s to ignore. And I got 2, so that's 8 damage going through.
Okay, that's actually, to be honest, that's all about that 6 on the bite because he did nothing outside of that, really, did he? Wow. There we go then. You've got literally a fistful of dice.
Yeah, there's 10 of them in combat, including the boss, so that's 21 attacks. They're going to be hitting on 2s because they charge.
Oh yeah,
and
do some damage.
Re-rolling these 1s. Well, 1 missed.
Oh wow!
And then
wow. You want me to give you a backseat on that 1 dice?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Really good at that.
The 3s to wound. Okay.
This is clubs and fists, is it?
Yeah, well,
that's a wonderful jaw attack to come yet.
That's going to be 14 damage there.
Yeah,
14 saves at -1 rend, so 14 4-ups.
Because I am in cover because of the void drum. Keep going, I'll.
Okay.
I think we'll need to roll. You keep going because you'll need more than 14, I think.
Yeah, well, the jaws aren't at -1 rend, so do these now, and then we'll
I see. Sorry about that. 14 4-up saves with a 6-up ignore. Looking good so far. Let's go for those 6-ups though. So that is 4 wounds so far.
Right. Yeah, okay. Well, we missed the camera there, but I rolled the hit roll on the jaws, and I've got 4 misses.
Okay.
So now onto the wounds, the 4s to wounds. 2, 4, 6, 7 saves at no rends.
So 7 no rend saves on a 4-up. And then a 6-up ignore.
Yep.
Wow, there's 3 more going through, so that takes it up to 7 wounds so far. You've taken.
Okay, that's everything.
Oh, that's everything.
Yeah, well, I've got the one dude onto the Leviathan, so I'll do him. Hits on 2s, wounds on 3s, 2 saves at -1.
2 4-up saves.
Yep.
Wish he gave himself cover, but he doesn't. But he'll tank it anyway.
And then the jaw, see if I can bite him. Oh, no, okay. Oh, wait, re-roll the 1. No.
Okay, well, each of the sharks has 8 wounds each, so 5 go to there, carrying 2 wounds over to the second shark. There we go then. After piling in, I've managed to get 7 of the thralls into range.
Yep.
That gives me 22 attacks in total. The icon is on that front rank there. 3 attacks, of course, because I get +1 attack against 1 wound unit, which is about as good as it can get with these guys, because the extra damage just doesn't count for anything in this game. Here we go then. Activating the thralls, piling, get 7 of them within 1 inch range of attacks. I get 3 attacks each because you're only a 1 wound unit, so this is as good as it gets for me against this army. That gives me 21 attacks from the 7 dudes. The banner bearers at the front, pushing to 22 attacks. This is hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s because of the turn, actually. Irrelevant of Voltornos.
Yeah, I was going to say, because Voltornos doesn't actually give them.
Oh, no, he doesn't give them, actually, does he? Sorry.
Yeah.
Right, taking out
There's
2s.
1 more 1 in there.
1 more 1. A few
Not
hits
too bad. Couple of 2s for me. Oh.
And they've got
-1 rend, 1 damage. Oh, wow, okay, so
that didn't really work for me.
Didn't matter as much, but then
winning
3s
on
to read.
3s.
Yeah.
We've got 1, 2. Oh, that's actually quite a good roll. Listen, one of those dice was out the table.
It's alright.
Are you alright with
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
It was out the
it
table.
lands flat.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wounds
10
to
wounds.
save.
-1 rend, so 5 up armor.
All out defense.
No, I didn't all out defense then, but
You
that.
did.
No, it was the boss I all out defense.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Carry on.
But that was an epic save roll. Only 4 go through. Yeah, so 4 just die.
Wow. At that, we go into battle shock.
You get your 1 thrall back. Soul render.
Soul render, yes.
Yeeking some
And
of the dino souls out.
I don't need to roll for it. Does it
No.
limit where I can go?
No, you just
actually
summon it
put it
within
there.
range, yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to make these guys battle shock immune with a command point from the old blood, and I get it back. So I'm going to make the other unit battle shock immune. I don't get it back, so I do have to spend 1 command point.
Waste of the command point there, Jack.
That's everything from me. Do you want to take battle shock?
You know, I was just looking at the sharks. Actually, I was just
The
checking
sharks
them out. They
are
are bravery 6.
-2, so down to bravery 4. -1 because of my banner from the Saurus guard, and -1 from the roar of the Carnosaur. So, do you want to spend a command point? Because. So, it turns out my terror from the Carnosaur, you have to be 3 inches. So, you're only -1 from my Stardrake banner, but you are +1 bravery because of Voltornos. So, you're only
on a
6.
6, another
So
shark goes.
6.
I'm not going to spend a point.
It's always happens.
Always the case.
happens.
Well, that makes up for your horrendous combat
Yeah,
round.
yeah.
I say horrendous combat round. You were a little bit disappointed by how much you've not killed. I'm still maintain you have dominated the table with more bodies than I can hack through.
Yeah.
So whether or not I have a tremendous 3rd turn where I hack and slay you, there's so many bodies on the table.
Yeah.
And you are controlling
Quite a
everything at the moment, I think.
Yeah.
We might need to do a count here.
Yeah, we will.
Just about. Because he's in, and they're in.
Yeah.
So we just need to do a count on yours and double check the points, and we'll come back to you.
Yep.
Well, there we go. You're
7
actually
points.
ahead. 7 points. 14. You get the additional point as well for bringing your behemoth over. Result. 14 models in total on it.
I get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So
Okay,
not
going.
bad.
Yeah, you know, I
It
think
gives me
this
the
is
point
thing
advantage,
is,
but I'm going into maybe being doubled by Idoneth onto the turn 3. can be risky. You're going to have quite a few command points because of the commanding scenery. But
I mean, even if I don't I'm fighting first, but your magic
Yeah.
is so effective, you can do some
the
real
magic is
harm in
effective.
the hero.
And now he's
so-
in the middle. If he can pop himself on the Balewind and get all those spells going, then it's really quite powerful.
Yeah. I was trying to work out whether desperately I could actually kill Croak this turn if there was any possible way. And
You
I think
probably
I can
could.
get to him. I don't think
But
I
whether
can
you
kill
can
everybody in front of him, and
Yeah.
that's the issue. Because I think Voltornos could get over there.
Yeah.
And I think the eels can definitely get into that unit. Maybe the thralls into there, but we'll see. I'm going to have a long think about this turn because I also need to think strategically to not just keep giving points away.
Yeah.
It feels like I've got to defend this, but there's a real risk then of you just stomping me. So
Yeah.
going to have to think long and hard and carefully about how we proceed this unit. Okay, let's get into Idoneth turn 2.
Yep.
Right, well, I've got some making up to do here, and I think it's one of those things. I've just got to cede territory to you. You're just so many wounds. So I'm just going to try and keep as mobile as possible and pick my fights if I can.
Okay.
Let's see if I can switch off. You know what? I'm just going to double check the rituals.
I think
I've got some serious woundage going off there.
the only one, there's no healing ones. There's one that affects Eidolons. There's one that allows removes cover for me, which might be useful if you're thinking of going over here.
Yeah, but also removing fly, because you can, with command abilities, give people
Make
fly.
people fly, yeah.
And you're pretty trapped. I'm going to stick with a fly.
True, okay.
And on
it
an
doesn't go off.
8-9, it doesn't go off, which, you know, is a long shot anyway, so...
But you got it on the turn where it kind of mattered.
I did.
So-
I got it when I needed it. Okay, from a spell, you know what? Because I've got so much in range now, I'm going to check my spell. Okay, so here we go. I think the best thing I can possibly do is let's just go for Riptide on that. It's -1 to hit, D3 mortal wounds in my next hero phase, so I'm never going to remember that. That goes off on an 11. You can shoot it down with your bonus. Okay, so he's got Riptide on him at -1 to hit.
Yep.
I generate 2 command points, taking me to 4 command points. So at that, 4 command points, I think it's into my movement.
Yep.
We do have a bunch of units next to the boat, so I want to 4-up the Saurus Warriors. Yes, they do.
Oh, that's D3.
D3.
This is 6.
3.
Yeah, I've got 3 guys near terrain, so 3 6-ups, 9. So I'm going to have to take 1 from an inch of terrain. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. And then the Carnosaur on a 3-up. Yes,
that's
goes
just
up.
1 mortal wound. And I don't ignore it, so I do take wounds.
Okay. Right, into movement. Let's start by running the Ishlan over here. Oh, that was a 6 for a split second, and it rolled up onto a 2. That's giving me a 16-inch move.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember, they have to stay 3 inches away from my back guys, but...
Yeah, but, you know, I can literally
Yeah,
just
you
float
should
up
be
there,
able to.
can't I? That's what I'm thinking. Let's just double measure that for a second. So that's there, look. And they don't have a 3-inch base, and I'm 6.5 inches away from your rear guy. So let's take those Ishlan over there.
Yep.
Let's just do a quick measure from that point so we know the charge. It's an 8-inch charge. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So another one there, and then 1 floating there, yeah. Okay. Let's run the other Ishlan Guard.
Yep.
4. Give me a 18-inch move. I'm just thinking, can they hold off a Carnosaur?
There'll be a 3-up unrendable save, so... There's that.
I think they're going to have to try it. Something's got to hold. If I can't kill the Carnosaur, which I'm pretty certain I can't, then I've definitely got to try and hold them back. I can get 1 there, and then 1 there and 1 there, okay? I'm not going to float the models, is that okay? So let's just put them down like that, but we actually know they're kind of like staggered position there. Next up, the Thralls. They're going to run, actually. They need it, thinking about it. A 5-inch run, giving them... they're a 6-inch move, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's giving them an 11-inch move. That takes that one to there.
Yep.
You're going to have to put them 3 inches away. And I'm going to come round there as much as I can with those. Let's move the inner one. He can get to there. The rest are just going to have to follow as best they can. Next up, I'm going to... Ooh! Almost broke him. There's so many times I broke Idoneth Deepkin by pointing at them. Let's run him anyway for another 5 as well. That is beautiful.
Okay, what might you need? You're going to charge
exactly
in
where I need.
Try and get some geezers with that talon hook, whatever it's called.
Okay, let's run the run and retreat. The shark.
Oh, the shark. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
1.
Oh.
Okay, so that's a 13-inch move.
Yeah.
Puts me to. I want you to. Can you measure that? I think that looks good. That's about there. Yeah. I don't know whether. I don't think that puts me on the objective. I doubt it. It looks
Probably
too
not.
far away. I think he's just on the edge, but he's too far away.
Yeah.
Okay. Leave the Leviathan. Because I've got quite a long way to go with the charge.
You can fly, but... Worst comes to worst, you just put them in the sword guard, don't you? But...
Yeah. Okay, let's run Voltornos.
Yep.
He's going 6, so that gives him a 20-inch move. I think he's going to come all the way over to here. That's where I need him to be. I need him within 18 inch of anything for turn 3. So that feels he's where the action's going to be.
Yep.
It can't just be a turn 3 thing, can they? Right, so the Morsar Guard, I'm going to run them. Going to run the Morsar Guard.
20 inches.
20-inch move. I was thinking of doing something completely different with them until I rolled a 20-inch move, and then you're like, actually, no, they've got to stay this side of the table. Right, okay. Over you come, Morsar Guard. I think I'm going to have to use my charge. You're in a really weird shape, aren't you?
Yeah.
And my Ishlan Guard are in the way. Definitely can't get any more dudes there because of the Ishlan. So 2 more Sargard are going to hang at the back there. Okay, so I'm bearing in mind my Ishlan Guard are actually here, look.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Right.
Let's get into shooting. So the Leviathan is shooting into the Carnosaur. See if I can chip a few wounds off. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. That's 4 hits, wounding on 3s. No re-roll on that, so 2 wounds, no rend.
2 3-ups because of the spell. And he's good.
Yeah. Kind of expected it, but what can you do when you've got no rend? And that's the real challenge with this army at the moment. Okay, here we go then into the charge phase. The Ishlan Guard over here. They get a 7. I think I said I needed an 8.
Yeah, you need more than a 7. It is an 8. They do get to re-roll just because of their hornblower.
Yep, so let's go for the re-roll, and it's a 10.
Yep, well, that gets them in.
Okay, let's go.
Go.
Yeah, over that side, can't I? Yeah. I'll let you maneuver those if that's okay. You know where I want them.
Yep.
Right. The Ishlan Guard here. Going for the charge.
Yep.
They double wand it. But they do get a re-roll.
Just get an inbuilt re-roll, yeah.
Because of the horn blow. And I got 3.
Oh.
Well, that's cocked everything up. But I can indeed tag that. If you remember, I've got 2 people here at 3 and 3. So what I'm going to do is work out the movement and leave 1 tagging at the rear. Right, the
Morsar Guard.
Morsar Guard on a 7.
And gets the mem.
I can get 1 in there and keep out of the 3-inch. It's kind of there.
Yep.
But I'm keeping these out. I know you can pile in towards me, can't you? But, you know, I'll have to address that when I get there. God, I hate these bases. Well, it's more the models on the bases, isn't it? There you go, broken model. Bound to happen at some point. Okay. Let's see what we can do there. Yowza! And then charging the thralls.
Yep.
Saw the 2. 7-inch. Okay, so I'm going to take... It's a bit tricky because of the terrain.
Yeah.
How are we going to do this? We'll work it out off camera. And then the last thing to charge is a soul render. He's good. He legs it up here to this corner. Which, interestingly enough, the only thing you can do is get 1 guy to attack it.
Yep.
Okay, so we've got 2 there, 2 there, and a render there. Not much else we can do about that combat. And I think that's it for charges. The last thing is this soul render.
Yep.
Going for the charge. He gets nice, so he's comfortable. He's slipping round there and charging into that 1 model there.
Yep.
I really want to kill people with that because it will help me bring models. Actually, I'm going to activate the Biovertate Blast before we move on to the phase. So here we go, 6 dice, 6 models in the unit. Okay, so that's
5 mortal wounds.
It's 6 mortal wounds. There was a dice just off the edge of the table. Yeah, sorry, 5 mortal wounds. Yes, you're sorry.
So 6 is to ignore, 1 ignored, so that's going to be 2 dead. So I have to take 1 wound here, kill another one off there, and then stick a wound on another dude.
Okay, then into combat. Okay then.
So yeah, I've got to spend my command points. So
you're on 3 at the moment.
Yeah, I only have to spend the Coatal's Claw one now to the Control Fury. So onto the Saurus Warriors here, and I'm at 4 up. I get it back. I do. Then I'll do it on himself. I do get it back. I'm not going to bother on the Saurus Guard.
So powerful.
Do I spend it over there? Yeah, I am, but I'm going to have to spend it through the Skink Starseer. So I won't be able to roll to try and get it back. So
because of the range,
so I am going to have to spend 1 command point.
Okay, so down to 2 command points.
Yep, that gives the Carnosaur and these 2 units the +1 to hit.
Okay, one of them was at -1 to hit, which is the Carnosaur, so you've just negated that. Okay, cool. I think realistically I need to activate these thralls first.
Yeah.
When they're 3 attacks each, I just can't ignore that. I know this probably means that Leviathan's deader than dead McDead, but there we go then. The 28 attacks coming out of this unit, 1 of them still not making the final pile in position.
Yep.
And 28 attacks, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. Let's take those 2s out. That's the first thing I need to get rid of. Re-rolling the 1s. 3 more hits there. And then 3 to wound. Taking out the 1s and the 2s. Crikey. That was a 2. 23, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 saves for you, my friend, at -1 rend.
13, 5 ups. Okay, so I saved 5 of them, so that's 8 dying.
You've got some 6-up ignores if you want to activate that one there.
No, sorry, I'll just take them from the back.
Okay. Right, we've had to exercise a bit of judgment here. My models are on the top step. You've shuffled around a bit. There's a pillar in the way, but you can still get within an inch. So 5 onto the thralls, 1 onto the soul render.
Yep. So the 5 onto the thralls, the clubs are going to be hitting on 3s because of the controlled fury. And wounding on 3s. Okay, that's 3 saves at -1 rend, so that's 3 6 up on the thralls.
3 6 up on the thralls. All going through with a 6 up ignore. 1 ignore,
Okay,
so 2 dead.
2 die. And then the bites hitting on 4s. Wow, that was a pretty good hit roll. Wounding on 4s. So that's 5 saves at no rend, so 5 5 ups followed by 6 ups.
5 5 ups followed by 6 ups. Only 1 save there. Could have done with the dice being a bit favourable there. That's 3 more dead, I'm afraid.
Okay, and then the 1 dude onto the soul render. 2 hits. Oh, dropping dice. 2 saves at -1 rend on the soul render, so that's going to be 2. I think he's a 4 up base, which goes to a 3 up. No, he doesn't get cover.
He charged.
So it's just going to be 2 5
We'll just
ups.
check his base before we move on, but I think you're right. He's a 4 up, so 2 5 ups. 1 save.
6 up.
Yeah, 6
Ignore.
up ignore. Ignore.
Okay, and the bites. 1 hit. And 1 wound, so 1 save at no rend though.
1
so.
save at no rend goes through.
And
Can I
6
ignore it with the old TV again? No.
No, so.
Takes a wound. That actually takes him to 2 wounds because he left his wound counter behind. Okay.
Cool.
Not the best result there. There we go then. I'm going to activate the Leviathan. This feels like an utterly foolish move unless I roll a 6.
Of course. So that's going to be 6 mortal wounds.
6 mortal wounds from the bite attack, from
2
the
for
crushing
2.
jaws. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
4 attacks coming out of the massive scything fins, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. All hit. Wounding on 3s. 3 wounds at, with the scything fins, I think it's -1 rend.
2 go through. So
Neutered down to 1 damage because of you, so 2 more damage. 2 attacks with the twin-pronged spear. Both missing, but there is a reroll of a 1, so yeah, that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Harpoons.
And then 4 attacks with the harpoons on 3s. Re-rolling 1s. Gone. But 3s to wound, they do indeed wound, but no rend. 1 damage. Oh, you are joking.
So that's 10 damage in total.
I feel so bad about that. 6 mortal wounds on.
6 up. Ignore 2, which is 8 damage. Takes him up to 9 wounds taken.
Okay, activating the rippers after that shocking combat from the Leviathan.
The Moonstone Spears, then I am activating the Toad Rage as well. Okay.
Got it.
The Spears all missed, and then the Jaws going in. The extra attack from Coalesced, of course, is nice. They hit on 4s. Wow, that's actually pretty impressive hit roll. Wish those 5s were 6s though. Oh, I got it. So that's 3 extra hits. Not bad. 3s to wound. Okay. So that's 4, 8, 11 saves of 3 up because they're unrendable.
Still a lot. 11 3 up saves.
And then
until I roll and take 1 wound.
6 up to more damage. Yeah, try. Yeah, it's because of just like if you were moving him, you could have just charged him in like that. So 6 up.
Yeah,
so just 1 move.
I probably would have put it on anyway, even if I'd have rolled a 6. I think you've been very generous there. Right, my activation. Now it's the Ishland's turn to pile in a really scatty. We fluffed our charge roll up twice, which means I can only get 2 of them into combat. I'm good with that. Although the Fangmora's tail might be able to hit over there, but that's another story. I'm kind of good with that because really what that was about trying to do was to give you more to go around with the Carnosaur to avoid getting through to Voltornos because I can't afford him to die. Okay, so here we go. This is 6 attacks coming from the Hellsavers. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. And then wounding on 3s. None of this has any rend at all. So you should be good. That's 4 wounds.
Okay, so 4 up armors, followed by 6 ups to ignore. 1 ignored.
Push on with the Fangmore attacks. So this is the Fanged Maw.
Yeah.
Hitting on 3s.
Yep.
And then wounding on 3s. Wow, 2 wounds.
Both go through, so 2d3.
Wow, 2d3.
So
Four.
two.
Sorry, yeah, 2.
Both go through. Kill him off.
And then with the flashing tail,
2d3.
I'm going to go with 2d3. I don't think that one's within 2 inches of that unit. 2d3. That's 6 with the lashing tail.
Yep.
Hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. 2 to 10. Wounding on 3s, re-rolling 1s.
Yep.
2 to 10. Okay, so 2 wounds, no rend.
1 goes through, under 6 up to ignore. Nope, so I take.
Wow.
Cool.
Did I actually kill some there?
Yeah.
Goodness. Activating the Saurus Guard, trying to still leave a semblance of a shield up in front of Croak.
Yeah, so 6 of them attacking the Morsar Guard. They're hitting on 3s. That's not bad. And winning on 3s. That is 2, 4, 6 saves at -1, so 6 5-ups.
6 5-ups. And that is 4 going through. I'm just going to check how many models I've got. That model is within, that model is within, and this model back here is within.
Yeah, so you can do the
So
6
I could just do, because he's got 4 wounds, let's do the 6 up ignore on him. No, all going through. So you've done 4 wounds so far and killing him, but I'm just going to remove him for completeness at the moment.
And then the bites that hit on 5s, wound on 4s, nothing.
Crikey. Activating the Soul Render on the right hand flank. He's got 2 attacks hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s.
Yep.
Both hit.
Okay.
Wounding on 3s. Both wound.
Rend, I'm assuming.
Rend is -1 with the Talon hook.
So 1 goes through, so 1...
2 damage, but obviously back down to 1.
And then I'll put a little black 1 by him, so
He's got a wound as well, actually. So,
okay, well,
you know,
just to remember
it anyway.
there's an extra thrall coming back.
Okay, then. And then we've got the D3 attacks from the Raked Art. 3 attacks from the Raked Art.
Yeah.
That fish is so cool. 3s, re-rolling the 1s. And then 3s to wound, not re-rolling the 1s. He's not a mount, he's just a fish. 2 wounds at -1, Ren doing 1 damage.
2 go through.
Crikey. Activating the guys over here.
Yeah, I'm going to spend 1 command point on them for Wrath of the Seraphon, because the Oldler can just do this at any point in the combat phase, doesn't have to be the start. And on a 4 I get it back, which I do. So 8 guys into the thrall. Hitting on 2s. And then wounding on 3s. Not bad. It's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 saves at -1. They are still in cover, so that's going to be 9 5-up saves.
9 5-up saves. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gone through so far. Keep going, let's tally them up and then we'll allocate
the bites. Hitting on 3s now. And then wounding on 4s. That's another 2, 4, 6, 7 at no rend, so 7 4-ups.
7 4-up saves. Just 2 more going through. That makes 8. Well, 8. And let's see what I can do in terms of ignore.
There's 1
There's
there.
1 there.
I think that's about it.
So here we go. 1 at a time.
No.
No.
Okay. So
8 of them go.
But it's not enough.
Well, you know,
they're going to be
coming
coming back.
back.
But I do have the attacks into the Soul Renderer now. The clubs. 3s to wound. That's 3 saves at -1.
Okay.
He's in cover as well. No, he isn't because he charged.
Yeah, so the counting cover doesn't
So
count.
5-up armors.
I thought you said 3.
Yeah, so 3 5-up armors.
Oh, sorry, I put you
Yeah.
5 5-up armors. Right, 3 5-up armors. 2 going
2
through.
wounds. And then the bites, 2 hits. 1 wound at no rend, so 1 4-up.
Done.
Saved, and then 2 6-ups to ignore. Because of the boat.
Because of the boat.
Yeah.
2 6-ups to ignore. No.
Okay, so he just
Takes him up to 3 wounds.
Yep.
Okay, again, not enough. You know, when it comes to the hero phase, I do that ability in my battle shot round.
Yes.
Can I do that before I take my battle shot test?
Yeah, I'm assuming so.
Shall we read the rule? At the end of battle shot phase.
At the end, right, so no.
So I'm probably going to have to spend the command point just to save that unit.
That was the kind of the thought. If I
That's
can
the
make
plan.
you start spending
And that's
some
why, I
command
hate to
point.
say it, that's why I think I possibly should have hung back even more. I could have retreated right into this corner and then gone for the full sweep. I think I've committed, and all I've done is massive multiplier of models down now. They really didn't need to do that charge, because if I'd have doubled you, then I could have charged. And if you'd have got the turn anyway, I'm fighting first anyway. I don't think I gained anything. And I was kind of saying it out loud, wasn't it? I'm not gaining an objective. I'm not doing. What am I doing? I've left this objective open. I've not gained an objective.
Yeah.
It was just a folly move. Sometimes you get carried away with, I need to remove models.
Yeah.
So here we go, activating the 4 thralls at the top of the stairs.
Yep.
So this is 13 attacks, because the banner is there. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s.
Yes.
I need 1, 2 in there. So far, I could always roll a few more right now. No, just 3 more 1s.
Nice.
And then wounding on 3s. Okay, so that's 2, 4, 6, 8 wounds at -1 rend against.
Well, I'm in cover, so it's going to be 4-up saves, which I take 4 wounds.
Okay. What have you activated everything?
Yeah.
Okay, so while we're there, let's do the soul render. Yeah,
so
we might as well. So 2 attacks, hitting on 3s, both hit, wounding on 3s, both wound, -1 rend, 2 damage.
Save them.
Oh, that's what I
good.
needed. I needed that.
Yeah.
And then the D3 attacks, 3 attacks with the shoal, hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s. No, and no reroll of the wound.
Yeah.
The shoal is not a. Here we go then. We activating the Morsal Guard. So the Morsal Guard of 2 attacks each.
Yep.
The boss has 3 attacks.
Yeah.
Which gives me a total of 11 attacks against the unit. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. There's 3 1s in there. No 2 so far. So 10 going through, wounding on 3s with a Bolt Spear. Okay, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wounds at -2 rend, but down to 1 damage.
6 ups, and then 6 ups to ignore. 5 save, 5 going through rather, so that's 3 of them gone because 1 was wounded.
Okay, folks, sorry about that. I just realised while we were shooting, Jack's dice cam wasn't working, so you've not been seeing his rolls. The good news is he was honest, and he pretty much shouted out everything that was happening anyway. So hopefully his dice comes up and running. Testing, Jack. Yeah, there we go. Right, let's push on. We have got 5 attacks coming from the Fanged Moors of the Morsal Guard.
Nom-noms.
Hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. I'm so good at re-rolling 1s. I mean literally re-rolling 1s. Wounding on 3s, re-rolling 1s. That is 3 wounds, no rend.
1 goes through, so D3.
D3 damage. That's 2 damage.
Goes down to 1, which I save.
And then D3 attacks from the lashing tails. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Okay.
Hitting on 3s, re-rolling the 1s, wounding on 3s, re-rolling the 1s. That wasn't the 1, but that was, so let's just do that. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, guy.
Okay.
No render.
8 4-ups, average, followed by 6 ups. Oh wow, so okay, 2 die.
Okay.
Splat.
You probably want to take him.
Oh yeah,
From
you're
a
right.
coherency point of view.
Splat. My what's he called? The old blood on Carnosaur. We actually realised that I hadn't attacked with him yet, but it's all right. It won't have made.
There's nothing else in
difference.
combat,
Yeah,
and it didn't make any difference. So yeah.
So he's still got the +1 attack from the constellation. So 4 attacks with the spear on 3s and 3s. That is 3 saves at a -1 round. So that's 3 4-ups.
3 4-up saves. Oh dear.
Okay. And then the 4 limbs hitting on 5s, okay? And then the jaw hitting on 4s. Okay, and wounding on 3s. Nice. Triple 1s.
Really?
Love it.
Oh my goodness.
That's why we didn't fight with him.
My Ishlan Guard, let's see if they can steal this objective. I've just got to kill one of those flappy things.
Yep.
With no rend whatsoever. Here we go then. 10 attacks coming from the Hellsabers. 3s, rerolling 1s. I don't know how many times I've said that today. And 3s to wound.
No rerolls then.
No rerolls.
No rerolls.
Oh, you might be well, Jack, because I just rolled 4 4s and a 1. So 2 wounds going through it, no rend.
Both go through, so that's 1 wound. They've only got like a 5-up save, so.
Okay, so let's go with a more. This is 3 attacks, hitting on 3s, rerolling the 1s. 2 1s, rerolled them as 2 1s. There's got to be a record for that. Wounding on 1, rerolling.
Yeah, with a 1.
6,
Oh.
1 wound.
Goes through.
D3 damage. 2 damage going to 1.
So 1 of them dies. And then the 3 tails.
3 tails, so 3d3 attacks.
Yep.
That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
3s.
Oh.
Rerolling the many 1s and discarding the few 2s. 3s to wound, rerolling the 1s. And that is 4 wounds.
4 5-ups. Failed 3, so another 1 of them dies.
Righty. Okay, that's it for all of the combats. I have to spend 2 command points. I've got to save the 2 for all units.
Yep.
Too many people dead. We'll come back to that. So that's 2 command points down. Ideally, of course, I'm saving those command points for turn 3, but there is no turn 3 if I don't save those command points. So
I'm going to spend a command point on my Saurus Warriors over there, and I don't get it back, so
Whoa.
I'm going to spend that one. How many do I have
1
left?
command point now.
Okay, well I'm going to spend it on the Saurus Guards, and I do get it back, so that one's for free. Then I'm going to have to roll this one. They lost 4, their bravery 8, they're good.
They're good.
This one, their bravery 5. Yeah, he's gone as well.
Okay.
So, take the one.
I need to roll for the Morsar, do I? I lost 1 from the Morsar Guard.
Yeah,
I'm just going to check. I think they might be bravery 6, but they are near Voltornos, so they're +1, so they might be good. So yes, with the +1 bravery from Voltornos, they are indeed good. I don't need to roll for them.
Yep.
The 2 command points I've spent takes me down to 2 command points rather. Not ideal. But that was your plan. Make me spend those points. And to be honest, we've debated. I think that was a foolish move. I shouldn't have done that move.
I think it's a good move.
I'd be on 3 command points right now.
Yeah, you know.
I'd have a full set of 10 thralls on 3 command points going into turn 3.
But then you would also have 30 Saurus Warriors on that objective, so...
30 Saurus Warriors, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Here we go then, just a couple of things to tidy up.
So D3 +1 back here.
Come on, I need this.
Come back.
Just 2 models, that's not what I needed. Oh, not a lot I can do really.
Yeah.
And then D3 just over there, not the +1 because he didn't get it. Oh, and that's where I get the 3.
He gets the 3.
Okay, that's not what I needed. That needed to be the other way round at the best of times.
Yep.
Okay, I think that's it for my turn. Just to tally up the points, I haven't done that great. I hold 1 objective here and 1 objective over there. And the Leviathan's not counting for anything, so I only scored 2 points that turn.
Yep.
Roll off for turn 3. Here we go.
I got 6.
I got a 5.
So I get to choose. That's
No, it's big.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a huge roll, Jack. If I'd
Yeah.
have doubled you there, I think we kind of talked about it. Although I have a massive point lag, if I'd have doubled you there, that might have been game.
Yeah, just because you could
There's
get,
a whole bunch
you
of
could
stuff.
get crows.
Well, I'd have had 3 command points. Just 3 extra attacks on the bite alone might be enough to get a 6. You know, so I could remove him. The Morsar maybe just pile on in.
Yeah.
Or you bring the Ishlan across and +3 them, or you just send Voltornos in over there as well, you know.
Exactly.
But it was not to be. I think that, weirdly enough, might mean it's the game for you.
Yeah, we'll
you've
see.
got the-
But it's one of those.
the thing
If
is, you've
Croak could just stall the magic, and then just no mortal wounds come out, and then
But you've got
your
points
armies
lead, and you've
Yeah.
got table presence, and you've got control of turn 3.
Yeah.
Even though I fight first,
yeah,
you decide what fights to have. You could just retreat from fights this turn.
yeah. And
You
just-
know, so I only get half of the, 1 round of combat fighting first. You know.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this though. Let's
Okay.
do this.
So Croak's gonna roll his command points. The 3 from Croak and the 1 from the skink. So that's 3. So I get 4 command points.
4 command points, pumping you
Croak's
back
gonna
up.
open the vault. I actually just opened the vault.
Nice.
Okay, so rolling the D3.
You know it's going to be a 3.
No, it's a 2.
We don't know what that
Which
is.
I think it allows him to like cast Arcane Bolt or something.
Arcane Scroll. For the rest of the battle, the hero can attempt 1 arcane bolt spell in your hero phase as if it was a wizard.
Yeah.
If the bearer is already a wizard, they get 1 extra spell.
Crow can cast 6 spells if he's on his vortex.
for the rest of the game, yeah.
Oh, the Croak salt is just piling up.
Oh.
I'm going to go for my Asterism, which gives me the +1 to cast. So Croak's
Yeah,
got +3 to cast.
Well, why not? Well,
Then
you got 6 spells.
I'm going to try and pop the vortex. I get it on an 11 because that's a 9 +3.
I'm not going to deny that.
Yeah, no. So I'm going
It's
to
too-
put the Balewind vortex within an inch of him, and then he goes up on it
Up
like
the
that.
fella goes.
And he can still cast
So
5
terrifying.
spells.
Might have to get some blue types.
Yeah, then he's going to go. He's going to go.
You carry on.
Yeah.
I'm going to get some blue types.
So he can cast 5 spells now because the vortex allows him to cast another one, and he has the scroll. So I'm going to go with a big old Comet's Call. 8 + 3. That goes off on an 11. Do you want to try and stop that?
Well, you've got 6 spells. I'm going to wait for you to roll a double
Okay.
2, okay?
So D6 units. That's going to be 5 units take D3 mortal wounds. I'm going to
Maybe I
go
should have
with.
gone for that while I was looking for the blue type. Keep going.
I'm going to go with these Ishling Guard here.
Yeah,
The Thralls, the Morsar Guard, and the Leviathan.
right.
So
okay.
the Ishling Guard D3 is 2.
He's like proper
The
pumped up on his whiz.
Thralls
Just like, do this!
on 1.
Wait, where are we at? Oh, are you keeping on track of all this?
Yeah,
That's
the
cool.
Morsar
push on.
Guard. The Leviathan is 3. The Morsar Guard is 1. And then the Thralls are 1 as well. So you've got 2 here. So I don't think you're not within an inch, so that is just 2
2 wounds.
1 here, but
You're not within an inch. So.
you're wholly within 6 of the boat though. So the
Of
boat gives you
course,
the
yeah,
6
okay.
now.
So 6
So
up.
1 6 up.
Nope.
No, so take that
Yeah,
one.
take that one.
The Leviathan took 3, but that is within an inch of terrain, so 3 6 ups.
No.
Takes 3 wounds.
Taking
Still
the
not dead.
14 wounds. It's not dead though.
Then the Morsar
I've got a
Guard.
feeling you've got plenty of time to do that. 6. No. So it takes
just
a
1
wound.
And then there was
I'll put it
1
on this
wound
guy
on the
over here.
thralls.
1 wound on the thrall on the 6. No, that goes through. So another
Okay.
thrall bites the dust.
Then Croak's still got what's that now? I think he's still got 4 spells left he can cast. So he's going to go for Tier 1 Celestial Deliverance. 5, 6, 7, 8. I get it off. Do you want to try and stop it?
If I stop it, you can't try it again.
I can.
You
because
can.
It's three.
It just goes up.
Yeah.
Well, at an 8, I've got one. Oh.
You've got 2 denies.
Why?
Because the nullification gives her an extra deny.
Oh, of course it does. So let's go for it. You never know. No.
So
Close, but
3
no
units.
biscuit.
I'm going to choose these Ishling guards. And this is within 22 inches because he's plus 12 inches on all the spells.
Yeah.
The Ishling guard, the Morsar guard, and the Leviathan.
Okay.
So the Ishling guard on a 3. Nope. The Leviathan, takes D3. Leviathan takes 2. The Morsar guard, no, don't take any. So
Leviathan.
okay. He's going to go for it again.
Leviathan tanks it.
5. That goes off on an 8.
You know you should have got rid of the Morsar at that. That's sorry, the Leviathan I thought was dead.
It does go off a second time.
Yeah, okay, then 8, did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, you do stop it, okay. And he's going to go for it a 3rd time. I do get it. So again, the same units on a 2+. Which is going to be D3. 3 mortal wounds on them. The Leviathan on a 2+, is D3. 2 mortal wounds on the Leviathan and the Morsar guard. 3 mortal wounds. So 3, 2, 3. So they just take,
has to take it.
3. Puts the horn blower down to 2.
2 onto the Leviathan.
Yep.
I need that 6. No,
so the Leviathan goes.
Oh.
It's just nomming on him. And then 3 on the Morsar guard.
3 on the Morsar guard. Right, this one has got 1 wound on him.
Yep.
I'm going to attempt obviously all 3 of them go on him anyway. That's 1 6 so far. So he goes up to 3 wounds.
Then Krog, as his last spell, I think I'm going to Arcane Bolt just to try and get rid of that eel. Might as well. I get it off. I roll a 3. But it does go off, so it's 1 mortal wound on the eel for a 6 up to ignore.
I so hope I get a 6. Oh, not that way. Oh.
So that eel goes.
Man, this was such a decisive roll-off, wasn't it, for turn 3?
Going for his control fate. I'm going to put on this big unit here to give them +1 save.
Yeah.
He gets it, so they are +1 save. Is there any other hero phase things I need to do? I don't think so.
Well, yeah.
So yeah, now it's just into
Movement.
Yeah, movements.
Movement, Jack.
Starting off with Dactyls. Going over here.
Caca.
I can try and just get enough points that it becomes like impossible for you to catch.
I think we're already there, to be honest.
I'm off to a good start. Getting him down to there. The Astroloth is also going to just move over to here. Those Saurus Guard are going to retreat out. 1 inch. I'm going to have to spend a command point to make that 6, and then 4 I get it back. I do.
Yep.
So they are just retreating back.
I think you're stuck pretty on 4 command points anyway, so it's not like you don't need them.
Exactly.
Great move as well, just pulling them back to Crow, because it just makes Crow immune, you know? Yeah, well, it takes away one of my 5 verses, so, you know.
Was he within 3 inches there?
Yes, he was.
Yeah,
I mean, the models have got knocked around, but we measured when we first went in,
within 3. So he does have to stay there.
Well, you could retreat.
I could.
I mean, Ishlan, if I put him over there, you know, you're probably right. There's no rend out of those.
Tell you what, no, he. No, he's. If I do lose it, he is going to run and retreat. Just because I can't lose him. Yes, 6. Which.
Yeah. I don't think.
3 inches away. I don't know if you can actually fit anywhere 3 inches away.
I don't think you're going to be able to go forward. Because you can't.
But I can just get him back like that.
Out of 3 inches.
Yeah, out of 3 inches there. He's still within 6 of the object, so I'm still going to get the extra point.
Yep.
The Saurus Warriors are retreating out 1 inch.
Yep.
Just because there's not really much point fighting.
Yeah,
You're
again.
fighting first.
You can still hold the objective. I've only got 4 models there. So as
Yeah.
long as you leave 4 models in the radius, which I'm...
Arguably, though, you're just going to get another D3 thralls back, aren't you? Now that I think about it. So
true.
no, they're going to
have to muscle it out, yeah.
It's not good.
They'll do them, though. They'll do them, then.
I just have to hope.
Yeah.
That's all my movements. So, charges now.
Yeah.
That's all that's left.
Straight into the charge phase. No
Starting off
shooting.
with the Rippers, they're going to use the 3d6 inch charge.
Yeah.
Oh.
9. I'm not sure that's enough.
Not, so I'm going to have to spend a command point. And I can't try and get it back.
So
it's not in
down
range.
to 3 command points.
That's a triple one.
Oh, that's agony.
That's not good. Well, that's messed everything up. They're just going to have to stay there. I'm not going to try and charge them in because they just can't do enough.
Okay.
So yeah, just into combat.
9 attacks then. This is I'm fighting first throughout this entire phase, so
Yep.
we're just going to go through my units quickly and get them done. 9 attacks from the thralls here. 10 actually, counting the banner. Hitting on 3s. Oh my goodness me, that is not a roll. I needed only 3 hits.
Okay.
Wounding on 3s. 2 wounds.
I'll 2 go through. So
Then
Yep.
let's just go straight with the Talon Hook.
yep.
Hitting on 3s, he doesn't get reroll 1 either. Wounding on 3s, he does indeed wound.
Save time.
Okay, and then the shawl, the fish rather,
Yes, so it's going to be D3 attacks.
D3 attacks. 3 attacks hitting on 3s. Yes, 2 hits. Wounding on 3, no wounds.
Lovely.
Okay, I've decided because these guys will be gone next turn. I can get 6 of them in combat. I'm going to spend 2 command points to give them an extra 2 attacks, so they're 5 attacks each.
Yep.
Give me 31 attacks. I can do it on 3 units. I've only got 2 units in range, which is the Soul Render and the Thrall. So I'm going to give them both additional attacks. Hopefully the Soul Render might be enough to do damage, and it's a lot of long shots here. You're so well done up on saves there, but let's just go for it. 31 attacks, hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s. Doing my best. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 at -1 rend.
Okay, so 12 4-ups. 5 of them die.
Nowhere near enough. And then the dude with the Talon Hook,
Yeah.
who is on 4 attacks with the Talon Hook, hitting on 3s. Oh, just 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. 1 wound at -1 rend.
Saved.
Oh.
The fish. D3 attacks with the fish.
D3 attacks with a fish.
D3 plus 2.
So it's 2 plus 2, 4 attacks with a fish on 3s. All hit. Why did the fish do so much better? And 3 wounds.
2 go through, so kills number 2.
Not enough by any means.
No.
But
well-
I hope to do double that really.
Yeah.
But
Well, I might attack back, so I've got 5 and 1 again. So
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the thralls. Hitting on 4s. And
I'm at least +1 save with the terrain this time, aren't I? So
yeah. Hitting on 3. So that's 4 saves at -1, so 4 5-ups. And 6 to ignore.
That's not good.
Okay, well that's 4 of them gone. And then the bites. Only 1 save at no rend.
Okay, 1 save at no rend, 1 4-up save then.
6 of ignore.
No.
Okay. And then the 1 dude onto the soul render. 1 hit. No wounds. And the bites. 1 hit. No wound.
Wow. I think it doesn't matter really. I've got no command points to save that unit, and too many died.
Yeah.
Here we go then.
Yep, 6 into the other thralls, hitting on 4s. Wounding on 3s. saves. That's 3 saves at -1, so 3 6-ups.
1 goes through.
6-up to north of the boat.
Nope,
So
goes through, so
dice.
1 dead.
Bites on 5s and 4s. 5 more saves at no rend.
5 more saves at no rend, so 5 up saves. Goodness me, that's 2 going through.
So 2 6-ups.
1.
So it leaves 1 alive. And then the 2 into the soul render. 1 hit. No wounds. And the bites. 1 hit. No wound.
I'm going to have to check the soul render's ability. I might, you know what, actually.
I think it's a 12-inch aura.
Oh, it is, isn't it? I was going to say I might pull them, but you know, that's okay. Okay,
Cool.
so nothing against the soul render. Well, they both fluffed out really, didn't they? And that's it as we go into the battle shock phase.
I can't lose any there. How many command points am I on? I've got quite a few, haven't
I've
I?
got 3 left at the moment.
You know what? I don't even have a hero there, so I am just going to have to roll that. That's a 3. Plus the 7 I lost is 10, so 2 more go. So they're bravery 8.
Okay, well, I lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I can't have lost 7 falls because I
No.
didn't have 7 falls
You
there.
lost 3, 4, 5. We lost 5 there.
I lost 5 there. They are bravery 6 going to 7 because of Voltornos.
Going to, I think
So
they can
I need a 1 or a 2.
go-
Oh!
You can re-roll with the icon as well.
I
but-
can re-roll with the icon, but
2 over there, so they could run. He could run. There.
you only killed 2.
Yeah, they're bravery 6.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So no, they're
Good,
good.
very good.
And then getting D3 back on both of them.
Neither of the soul renders did
Did
win, so
damage,
D3 over there, that's
3.
3, and D3 over here.
It's
3.
3. Okay.
Wow,
You're actually starting with more over
more
there.
over there than I had before.
You know, I had to do something.
Yeah, well,
So-
you know, you take your chances, you roll your dice,
Yeah.
as they say. I think that puts you into a comfortable lead. I appreciate what you've done, but from a points
guess
point of view,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points.
5 points. Oh, of course you failed the charge over
Yes.
there. Forgot all about that. Okay, folks. Here we go then, into my hero phase. Sorry, just checking everything's working. Yeah, it's an uphill struggle, but I have an ability. Taking the dice go. I have an ability of which I need to try and leverage this time.
Yes.
I've burnt my command points. I've got a command point back actually, so that takes me to 1 command point. So I can add an attack to 3 units this turn. That's not really going to swing the game. So I
Yeah.
need to be thinking about how do I gain those 10 points back. And to me, that is as much about maneuverability as it's about anything.
Yeah.
So let's get into this. Let's do the hero phase.
So he's going to take D3 mortal wounds.
He needs to take D3 mortal wounds from
Riptide.
Riptide. He takes 2 mortal wounds.
which he didn't ignore any, so he's only got 1 wound left.
He's only got 1 wound left. That's interesting. That probably changes the spell I'm going to do then.
Yeah, just try and.
Just try and arcane
Arcane
bolt
bolt
him
him,
off the
yeah.
table. You're probably going to shut this down anyway. But with a roll of 10, it's a challenge.
7, 8, 9, so I don't stop it. So 1 mortal wound.
1 mortal wound. Well, actually, on the 10, is it
Oh
D3?
yeah, it's D3 on a 10 plus.
1 anyway.
No, he goes.
Okay.
So he got spelled off.
Wow, well done, Tidecaster. Wasn't really expecting that, and I was expecting to have to deal with that. I'm going to go for my ritual.
Yep.
Not really, yeah,
No.
no. So we've been talking about what I would actually go for at that. And I think at that, gaining a command point, not 2 because I've moved off of the commanding, and I had to move off of the commanding because of the
Yep.
threat there, to be honest. In
Yeah.
hindsight, of course. The turtle did really well with a 6 bites, but you know, there you go. You take your chances. So gaining a command point, I'm moving to movement.
Yep.
Here we go then into movement. The question is do I go for the charge? I think so. Because
Yeah.
I think at 14 inches I can park an eel
There.
3 inches away from you.
Then you can try and get a
The other
decent
2.
charge round onto my
The
objective.
other 2 eels. The safest option would have been to go with floating on the tail there, but I think you get the point, yeah. The safest option would have been to simply run them and take the objective, but this is turn 3 and I fight first, so I've got nothing to lose with the charges unless I fluff up over there, which is possible. The shark, I actually think with this shark, It's either go for the astrolith bearer, but he's not going to kill it, or try and help these guys out.
Could just leave him as a body on the objective.
That's what I was thinking, and maybe send the Ishlam back over here. But
Yeah.
it's only one body then. There's two. Yeah. Okay. Let's do that. Let's bring these back 14 inches.
Okay. So it'll be in the boat.
Well, they're there because 3 inches from him. Okay. So
Oh, yeah,
1
yeah,
inch overlapping
yeah.
the boat, and then that guy's at the
That's
side
fine.
of him. Yeah. So 3 inch charge.
And then what do you want the shot? Just
Into
on
the-
the middle of the objective? Or...
just put it on. And I mean, the problem is you could just put 2 bodies on it next turn and take it back, but
Or do you take the shark
and go
for the rippers?
Do I need it if I've got 3 Ishlan going in over there?
Oh, true, you've got the Ishlan, yeah, I forgot about that.
Maybe I'd take the shark and just go for the astrolith bearer.
You've already got the objective.
Yeah, so you know what? Let's engage both of you in combat. You can still retreat
Yeah.
away though, can't you? So okay, 3 inches off. That's fine.
Away.
These eels, I think the Morsar have to take care of the last of the Temple Guard, and I'm not even sure they can do it because you're so well defended there. But I have to go for the charge.
Yeah.
You retreated away. It gives me the rend at least, and I'm fighting first, so you never know. It might just happen. These guys, I think, retreat back,
Okay.
because that way I can use my thing to regenerate them back up to a unit of 10. So I'm just going to retreat that unit back. I don't
Okay.
need to do...
You can run them though, because it won't affect them.
I am going to run them just to bring them to the edge of the bubble, and it gets a 5, so that's plenty. So I'm just going to pull back like this, and they're going to pull back to the edge of the bubble and form a little bit of a barrier.
Okay.
And likewise, the dude with the hook, Soul Render, is going to retreat back, and he actually got a 5, so he gets 11 inches. He's going to come behind them like that.
Okay.
But I'm going to make you drag him into combat if you come for me at least. Let's see if we can bring some more bodies back in on that one. Next up, Voltornos. I think it's time he did something.
Gotta do something, hasn't he?
I'm half tempted to go with those guys, but you know, Voltornos, he's got a 14-inch move. Do I send him into there and at least he can counter-attack Croak as well? Maybe.
Well, Croak's currently on a 2-up save because of the.
Oh, goodness me.
So if anybody's going to kill him, it'll be
It's the 5
Voltornos.
rend.
I remember Croak will only get like 1 attack back at Voltornos because he gets an attack for everybody near him.
Exactly.
So
So
you haven't
I'm
got
just
to
gonna-
worry about Voltornos dying. It's more
I'm just
just
going to make sure I can grant the extra attack
to who you need it to.
if I need it, which is everybody at the moment. So I think I'm good at that. I think the I am going to run the Tidecaster.
Yep.
And she's going to make a 10-inch move underneath that bridge.
Yeah, that's fine.
Either way,
If
she's
you've got a
coming
bridge, you
round
might as well use
here.
it.
Coming round here. Okay, I think that's it for
Cool.
movement. We're into shooting. Here we go then, shooting the neck launcher. I'm going to try and take it. I'm going to put it into the Astrolith Bearer because if I can knock some
Yep.
wounds off of it, you never know. It's hitting on 3s. And with that amazing shooting round, we go into charges. Okay, then first off, the Ishlan Guard over here, needing a 3-inch and getting 6. So they're going to come over here, park within 6 inches of the boat, put the 6 up, ignore. You know what I didn't do in the hero phase? The roll on this unit.
Oh
here, by
yeah,
the
just
way.
roll it now on a 4-up.
4 up. 5. So D3 mortal.
No, it's just 1 mortal wounds.
Oh,
That's
it's
1 dice. That's the one near the
wow, it stings.
That's be that easy.
Because you went for the 6 up,
Yeah.
ignore.
Because I like to be awkward.
Yeah, no. Be the commander you want to be.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
If I want to move all your models about with it,
Let's push on with,
exciting.
push
I
on with
will.
a few more charges. The Ishlan Guard over here. It's so liberating, and I hate to say this. By the way, that's a 18th charge, so just
Yeah,
wrap me around the
yeah.
back of them. Everybody
Right,
in combat
yeah.
on the objective. It's so liberating to know anything you do here basically results in you going first on the combat. It's
Yeah.
terrifying,
Yeah.
but also liberating when it comes to turn 3. The shark going in on a 6.
Like that.
Just take them both in.
So I'll just
I know you can
I'll just
still
put him
that's
there.
fine.
We know he's kind of like that.
Eels going in on an 8.
You could probably, it depends how you want to do this. You can probably get them round like this.
Doesn't that just give you more attacks though?
Well, yeah, you know what? I didn't actually think about that. You want to say, if you want to stop attacks, say 3 inches away. So yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just going to go up to the top of here. Gives me all my attacks.
Yeah.
Onto the unit anyway.
And you're all on the.
And I'm on the objective. And then Voltornos bravely saying,
Voltornos,
"Come here, you swirling whirligig. I am going to smash into." I'm putting him next to the dudes as well because there's no risk to me at all, is there? As in, if they don't kill them, Voltornos could always finish that unit off before turning his attention to probe.
Yeah.
Nothing to do over here because they're done. So we are into a rather hefty, possibly quite important combat round.
Yep.
And as we go into combat, I am spending a command point to give +1 attack to the Morsar Guard, and they need it because of the lack of damage they now do. The rend is good, but the damage is down. Voltornos himself, I think, because I want to try and get away with a +5, and probably the unit of thralls still in combat.
Yep.
Importantly, on that pile, and we made sure they were within 18 inches of Voltornos, so they get the reroll ones to hit. In which case, I will activate those Ishlan Guard. That's 9 attacks going to 10 because of the boss.
Yep.
So this is 11 dice in my hand. Let's not do that. So hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. Yeah, a couple of 1s.
It's quite a lot of 1s.
4 1s. That's what I'm about. But all of them hitting. Wounding on 3s. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 wounds on you. No rend with the sabres.
5 of armor. Save 2, so 1 and a bit dice.
Okay, we've got 3 bites coming in with a more, hitting on 3s. All hit. 3 6s there, Jack. And wounding on 3s, re-rolling 1s because of food time, but just 1 wound going through, no rend.
Goes through.
D3 damage.
Yep.
2 damage.
Down to 1.
3d3 with a lashing tail. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 attacks with a lashing tail. Dice everywhere. 3s to hit. Re-rolling 1s. Couple of 1s in there and a 2.
Of course.
2 hits. And then 3s to wound. Re-rolling 1s for food time. But 2 wounds going through. No rend.
Let's go through.
Doing 1 damage.
He dies, and 1 more carries over to the boss.
Okay, let's move on. Okay then, let's put the shark into the Starseer.
Yep.
I think that's the way to go with this one. 5 attacks hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s because of the locality of Voltornos. All hit. Wounding on 4s with their barbed hooks and blades. Still don't understand that, but it's 2 wounds. No rend.
1 goes through, so 1 wound.
Just a simple bite coming at you. Hitting on 3s, it does hit. Wounding on 3s, you want to avoid this if possible. That's a -2 rend, 3 damage.
Just go straight through, so it's 2 damage.
Oh, of course. And then 4 attacks coming from the side fins. Still rend on these though, so re-rolling a 1 to a 2. 3s to wound. Both wounding at -1 rend, 1 damage. I've not done enough.
Well, that is 5 damage, so it's enough to kill him. Unless,
Sorry,
but I
it was
get
6 wounds. My bad.
6 up to ignore. I ignored 2. So
okay.
so 3 wounds.
Takes 3 wounds. 17 attacks just out of 4 thralls is insane, but it's what I've got because of the command ability this turn. Hitting on 3s, I'm within 18 inch, so re-rolling 1s.
Yep.
3 2s, but no 1s at all. And then wounding on 3s. That was a 2. I'm taking it out. Still a lot of wounds, I'm afraid. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 wounds out of that. 4 dies.
Okay, so that's going to be
insane.
11 5-ups. Made 4. So what? That's 7 gone.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 2 guys left.
Okay.
Let's attack with the barbed hook dude because I want the extra regen.
Wait.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh,
Wait.
you stinking them away.
Yeah.
Oh, Jack. Of course you are.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you? Okay then. Well, listen, I'm still going to have to pile in
Yeah, you can get
one eel
One
into
eel
them.
into
Nicely played, Jack. I'm loving your style. Stop me on the regen. Let's get the one eel into him. Is it the boss? It is the boss at least. So 4 attacks from the saber, hitting on 3s. Oh, re-rolling 1s. Oh no, just 1 hit with the saber, wounding on 3. No.
Okay. The
bite hits, wounds on the 3 re-rolling 1s. It does wound.
goes through. So D3 damage.
D3 damage. 2 damage.
Goes to 1. So one of them dies. There's 1 left.
Can I get him with the lashing tail? This is D3 attacks with the lashing tail. 1 attack with the lashing tail. Hits. Does indeed wound. You need this save.
And he gets him.
Okay, 1 damage.
Gets him.
That's the unit gone. The Morsar Guard getting 13 attacks with a +1 attack and the boss in there as well. So this is 13 attacks hitting on 3s with a Volt Spears.
Yep.
Plenty of 2s, but probably not enough. And then wounding on 3s. Oh my goodness, that's a good roll. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8, -2 rend.
Okay, so there are 3 up save because of the cover. So down to a 5 up. Save 2, so that's 1, 2, 3 of them gone. So there's only 2 left.
2 left, attacking with the 4 attacks from the bites, which become 8 attacks from the bite. Oh my, this is powerful. 3s, re-rolling 1s. Not a single 2 so far, Jack, but I can make up for it with 1, 2, and a 1 there. And then 3s to wound. 3 wounds, no rend with the bite. 3 up save.
Yeah, 2 go through there. So
2d3. Goodness me, that is 2 and then 1, so
that's
3
3.
in
So there's
total.
1 dude and 1 wound left.
We've got 4d3 lashing tails, 4d3 +1.
Yep.
So that becomes 4 attacks, that becomes 3 attacks, that becomes 4 attacks, and that becomes 3 attacks. So 8
14.
+ 6. Yes, 14 attacks. 14 hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s.
Yep.
Take out the 2s, just put the 1s in there. And then 3s, re-rolling 1s again, because this is coming from the eels. There's 1 in there. That's a cock die, so I'll give you the benefit there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No rend, 1 damage.
10 3-ups. I actually failed 1.
6 up ignore on all of those.
Which is what I've just forgot. So there is going to be 10 6-ups to ignore because you've done 10 damage.
Did you do the ignores? Oh,
yeah, I haven't done any of them. Yeah, because you've done just enough to kill them.
See an amazing roll here.
I made 1, so 1 dude's left on the wound.
Well, it makes sense for you to leave the banner guy furthest away from Voltornos, yes.
Yeah, probably. I mean, there's a dude hidden in there amongst the
Well,
dudes.
but the point is it gives you a wound to carry over anyway, rather than me just dispatch him, so...
What?
Yeah. Let me move some heals for you.
I'll take him.
Okay.
And then that dude's down to a wound.
And then here we go, while we're here, Voltornos all revved up and battle hungry. He's not done anything in this game so far, but that's because you have to look after him to turn 3. He goes to 6 attacks with his insane Astrosolus. I am looking for hits of 6 to make this -5 rend, yeah?
You get to reroll the ones.
Reroll the ones. 1 6 so far, by the way, but that was a 5.
Yeah.
They've all hit, but 1 at -5 rend. Let's do the 3 to wound on that. That does indeed wound. And then 3 to wound on the rest. 4 wounds at -1 rend, 1 wound at -5.
So the 4 wounds are -1. So he's a 4-up save base, +1 because of the Bale Wind, and +1 because he's in cover.
Yeah.
So 3 up here. So that's what 2 going through because the -5 just goes straight through him. So 2d3 damage.
2d3 damage. That's
So
a 2
two.
going to 1, so just 2.
4-ups. Takes a wound.
So powerful, reducing damage.
Yeah.
It's really good, but just numbers, as ever, is always painful, isn't it? I think.
Well, you've got
oh wait,
the-
no, of course we've still got. You know what? I had the charge as well.
Oh yeah,
for the
so just do that
mortal
now.
wound,
So the 3 up. No.
good. I'm glad I failed that
Yeah.
because I should have remembered it. That's
Yeah.
my bad. 3 attacks going to 4 attacks with the jaws, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. I love how the mount gets like G'd on by
Yeah.
Voltornos on his back. Come on, dude, you can do this. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s because of Futan. That is 4 wounds at -1 rend, doing 1 damage.
4 wounds of 3 up. 1 goes through, so 1 damage, did you say?
Yep.
4 up to ignore. I don't ignore it.
And then 3 attacks coming out of the lashing tail. So 4 hitting on all hit, wounding on 3s, re-rolling 1s. Got 1/1 in there so far. It went to a 2, so that was just 2 hits, no rend, 2 damage.
Saved them both.
Wow, 2 up save, bossed it.
And I think that's all your attacks, isn't
I
it?
think it is. So you could just
Okay.
go back in your own.
So, yeah, I'm just going to go with him. He's going to pile in like that.
I've not done enough damage against him. I'm a bit worried about
So
that.
that's going to be 5 attacks because of everybody in range.
For heaven's sakes, Jack, he doesn't even fit on the camera, does that silly bug. Oh. Right, that's as high as the camera gets.
Yep. So he's getting 5 attacks into the eels. So
Right,
hitting on
okay.
3s, all hit. Wounding on 3s. 4 saves at -1 on the eel, so 4 5-ups.
4 5-ups. They're all going through.
6s to ignore.
How many damage?
There's only 1.
Oh, 6s to ignore. All going through.
No,
You've
right.
taken an
Killing
eel
you.
out. I'm pretty certain there was a 1 wounded eel there
Yeah.
as well, wasn't there?
No, that was my.
Ah,
wound.
okay, so I
Yeah.
was clean and good. Right, okay, then.
And then I'll attack with the Saurus Guard that's there again into the eels. Hitting on 3s, 1 hit. Wounding on a 3. No wounds. And the bite hitting on 5s, 1 hit. Wounding on a 4, no wounds. So he's all done. Well, the group of characters will go. So the Astroloth Bearer with his 3 attacks from his club on 3s, 1 hit. 1 wound at -1 rend.
Going for 4. I think that's gone through. They're not a 3-up save, the sharks, are they?
No. So
Yeah, they're a 4-up, so there you go.
So 1 wound so far, and then the jaws. His hit on 4s, he's better at biting things. 1 hit. And it wounds on a 3. Wow, he's got very powerful jaws, but no, he fails. And then the skink's going to hit you with his staff on 4s. 1 hit, and a 3. 1 wound, -1 rend.
So we're looking at a 5-up save. With
D3, 1 damage.
Yeah.
So up to 2.
Attacking back with the single
Ripper, he's going to pop his Rage Toad. That unit hasn't done it yet.
Yes.
So the spear, 2 hits, 2 wounds, so that's 2 3-up saves.
Yeah, because I've charged, I've got a plus to the charge, so it's a 3-up save.
Oh wow, okay. It's only 1 damage, so one of them takes 2 wounds. The fearsome jaws hitting on 4s, all miss but re-rolling because of the Rage Toad. And wounding on 3s. It's 1 more save at no rend.
1 more save at no rend, that's 3-up. And
Does it go through?
yes, it does.
Okay, so that takes him down a wound.
Okay.
Cool.
As we go into battle shot phase, I score full clean sweep there, so that is 8 points across the table. Bringing me to just shy of you by 2 points, so it's 15 to 17, end of turn 3. My high tide is over now, but you are reduced.
Got a big dead pile.
Got a big dead pile. Saying that, there's a few more things I can do. Let's see if D3 rolls back here.
So
And
3.
that is 3. That's not a roll you needed. And D3 rolls back here. That is 2. So 3 and 2 rolls back. Okay. I think I will continue to bubble wrap the objective with those 3. Okay, and then 2 over there. The banner is still there, so they don't really matter where they go. I'll put them there. That's enough for now. Okay, I think that. Oh, battle shot. On your side.
Yeah, so I'm spending 2 command points, 1 here, 1 here. just because at this point bodies really matter for these back objectives. So if I can keep them alive, then I can get more stuff. And then that's
right. Over to you. Well, no, it's roll off for turn 4 actually.
Yeah.
Wow. Here we go for roll off for turn 4. 1.
I also got a 1.
And you went first.
Did I go first? Yeah, I did go first. Yay! So I get to choose.
You know, for such an important role, that was such a depressing
who went first?
Right, well, that was an important role. You needed that.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to take it. I think there's a couple of things I could maybe do now. So, starting off, command points. I get another 3, so I get another 4, putting me on 5 command points, which is really good.
Wow, crikey, that really comes to you up.
Yeah, then my asterism. I'm going to go for Croak on the +3 to cast, so he gets +1 to cast and dispel again. So it puts him on +3. And we're going to go... Oh, we're going to try and open the vault. And I will try and open it with the Astroloth Bearer. Just because I don't want to take the wounds on Croak if it does go wrong.
Makes sense.
So
you can take the wound if it goes wrong.
Don't open it. I was like, Croak's already like casting 6 spells. I could put him on 7. Yeah, and he's like just the single most amazing wizard ever. But Croak's going to go for a Comet's Call, which that is a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I do get it. Do you want to stop it?
Foolishly, I moved her away from the nullification. At 10, no, there's not a lot I can do about that.
So D6 units.
Rookie error there.
3 units. I'm going to go these Ishlin, these Morsar, and that dude there. He's got the 2 wounds, hasn't he?
Yes, he has.
So the
He's
Soul
on
Render...
3 wounds over here, by the way, but obviously out the
fine.
game.
Yeah. So the Soul Render are taking D3, 3 mortal wounds, which he can't ignore. So is he gone?
He's gone. He's a 5 wound model.
The Morsar guards take 3, and the Ishling guards take 3 as well. So that's
good rolls. Oh, 3 6 up ignore on the Morsar.
Yep.
1 ignore, so 2 wounds onto the Morsar.
And it's killed off that Ishlin and put another wound on there. Okay. He's going to go for a tier 1 Celestial Deliverance. I get it. Do I try and stop that?
What did you get it on?
That's a 9, so a 12, so you can't stop it. So 3 units. I am going to choose the Thralls, the Morsar Guard, and the Ishling Guard. So the Ishling Guard on a 2+. No. The Morsar Guard on a 2+.
Oh,
no.
Come on.
And the Thralls on a 2+. Yep, taking D3. 1 mortal wound on a Thrall. So
on these Thralls?
Yeah, you could probably put it on
Take
him
it on him for the 6 up ignore.
No, so he goes. I'm going to go for another Celestial Deliverance, which I get. That's on a 13, so again, you can't stop it. I'm going to choose the same 3 units. So, the Ishling Guard, yes, taking D3.
Come on.
Taking 2, which finishes off that Ishling Guard. The Morsar Guard on a 2+, yes, taking D3. That is 2, so 2 6 up ignores.
Oh, on which one? Sorry, on the Morsar. Okay, fine. Yes, sorry. I was thinking I'm out of range there. Probably. I might have 1 still in. No.
So that kills off that heal. And then the Thralls on a 2+, yes, taking D3. Just 1 on the Thralls.
And it takes him.
Okay.
Because he's out of an inch of the terrain.
And then what has he done now? 3 spells. I've still got 3 left.
Actually, because that actually takes him, I'm going to leave him there and take him if that's all right. Because I didn't roll for it, if you know what I mean.
Croak's going to go for another Celestial Deliverance, his last one.
Fill your boots.
Oh, I don't get it on that one, so I don't get the 3rd one.
How many spells have you done? 4.
I've done 4, so I've got 2 more spells. 2 more spells.
You're, basically useless now.
Yeah,
there's only 2 spells left.
Nothing I can do, but I am going to. Oh, I really needed to get that last one off, but I'm going to Arcane Bolt the Thralls from Croak.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to try and get them down. I get it, so that's D3 mortal wounds.
I'm not stopping that because of the roll.
So 2 mortal wounds on the Thralls.
So you just did so well on those rolls. I didn't have a 2 mortal wounds. They just go. There's the banner there, but.
Well, you could take 1 from one end and 1 from the other.
I know. I'm trying to avoid you get round me, but and I kind of figure you can't get through that gap there, which means you have to come that way. I am going to take.
Well, I'm going to tell you in a minute.
Yeah,
if I get my spell off, it's not going to matter.
It's going to be irrelevant, yeah.
So, walk between realms for his 5th spell. I get it. That's on a 6, 7, 8, 9.
Well,
so it does go up.
Let's try it. No, 7.
Gives that unit fly. They can fly now.
Okay.
Then I'm going to give. I'm going to give himself Mystic Shield.
Yeah.
I do. So
is that 7 spells you've done?
No, that's 6 spells now.
Okay.
So I did the Comet's Call, the 3 Celestial. Oh yeah, sorry, that is 7. Yeah, that is 7. I was just thinking, oh no, because
I mean, I know it's
Arcane Bolt.
I know it's hard to keep track of.
So
6
that doesn't go up. Yeah.
But, you know.
He's going to put Control Fate onto them.
Okay.
Oh. I got 4, and yeah, that goes off on a 10. Which gives them +1 save, so they're now a 3-up save.
Okay.
Apart from that, I think that's all my hero phase stuff.
Oh, it barely did anything, did
Yeah.
you? You killed 3 eels and 4.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, why? Did you want to go back and just try
No,
you're good.
We're good with that.
Into your move phase then.
Yes, movements. I'm going to retreat the Ripidactyl over to here.
Yeah, just end of the
just onto the objective. And the Astroloth Bear is going to run and retreat. No, you needed something better than that. I'm going to spend 1 of my command points to make that a 6.
Taking you down to 4
so
command points.
An 11-inch move, which
means you actually have to spend your command points now with the loss of your behemoth.
So 18 inches over to there.
Okay.
Still not holding that one.
I know.
Which is not good.
Retreat the.
Yeah, so he's going to retreat and run.
Yeah, he needs a good one though. But you've got command points. You're sat on plenty of them.
Yeah, he's got a 9-inch
move
over to there. It's just not good. I wanted to just kill that one because then I wouldn't have to use 2 bodies, and he could have stayed there on that objective and more likely to get that point.
I get you.
The fact that it's just 1 body that survived, it now means I have to use both of them.
Yeah.
And then there's an argument like the Source Warriors could come over here for the 2 points, but if they manage to take that, then it's 3 points, and I get an extra
you could
point.
spread the unit across, couldn't you? And take both objectives.
They're probably going to be dying soon, but 3 inches away,
True.
They're just getting down like this. You know, they can fly. They don't really need
Can't
to
run and charge though, no?
No. So they're just moving the 5 inches up.
Okay. Right. Oh, crikey, I've just bailed my dudes out, but I think you could definitely get 1 or 2 of those down the bottom as well. Yeah.
Like that, and then the rest of them just
crushing his eels. Not like they're delicate enough as it is.
I mean, I'm definitely going to need a decent charge, but you know. This Saurus Guard retreating out.
Yeah.
Over to here. Just
Croak, retreat out.
He can't. When he's sat on the vortex, he can't move.
Of course he can't.
So he's just going to have to sit there and tank everything.
Yeah.
That's all my movements. So now it's into charges.
Charging with the Saurus Warriors.
Something decent here.
Yeah,
7.
I can see a 6.
That will do it. Because that can get him over.
Yeah, just woo!
Like that.
Yeah, woo!
I mean, of course, the first one has to end within half an inch. So it'll just be like there.
Doesn't really matter, does it?
And then.
At this stage, we're all fairly relaxed fellows. You could get a second row in between, so let's get them in there, and then I think you're going to have to loop around. You use these over here to create a bridge on that side of the unit, maybe,
like
and then bring them round.
Like that.
Yeah.
Round they go.
Looking good.
Nom noms. So command points I'm going to spend. I'm going to spend 1 on them for the. Oh, sorry, I can't. No, he's dead. So I can't spend anything on them, but I am going to spend 1 for all-out defense on Croak.
Okay, taking you to want to roll to get it back.
Yep.
No, you can't. Okay, just as we were going into that, I just thought I better double check what that artifact does that the Tiecaster is carrying. It's a once per battle immunity to battle shot within 18 inch. I should have played that instead of spending those 2 command points that I had to spend.
Yeah.
It was a genius move in taking it because you're trying to keep your command points. It was a foolish move in forgetting that I'd got it. So you reap your rewards for not knowing your rules, and here we go.
So all the Saurus attacking, there's 13 of them onto the thralls, 2 of them onto the Tidecaster.
Yeah.
So 13 onto the thralls. They're hitting on 3s now because they charge, and they have the Fury.
Got a feeling there's not going to be many thrall left over there.
No.
I think you're going to kill 2 of them.
2?
Yeah.
Is that what you
2.
think?
I think so. So I'm gonna ace this save.
Yeah,
roll.
you're going to do really good. 3s to wounds. That is 3, 6, 9, 12, 13 saves at -1.
Well, that's 13 6-up saves.
Yeah, 6 up.
It can be done.
Do you get them?
I didn't get 1.
Oh, okay. They just gave up.
I'll tell you
at
what,
that
we'll
point.
take those out in a second. Push on with the attack.
The 2 into the Tidecaster hitting on 3s and 3s. Nope. And the bites hitting on 4s and 4s. No, nothing.
Well, the Tidecaster ignores the first wound dealt to her.
But I didn't do anything.
But you didn't
to
do
her.
any. So that's
Who cares?
frustrating, to say
Yeah.
the least. Okay, next combat. Activating Voltornos against the silly swirling vortex because I can't get Croak to fit on camera. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. There's 1 6 in there so far. Just 1 6, so 1 -5. All the rest hit. At the -5, I do indeed wound.
Okay.
And the Astrosolus on the rest. Don't get reroll 1s for that, so 2 more wounds at -1.
Save them both, so just D3 damage from
D3 damage on the -5. Oh, just 1 damage.
4 up ignore. Oh, I'll take it. I've been good on my 4
Okay, 3 attacks with the Fang Jaws, hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s. Reroll 1 though, because of -1.
No, sorry, save.
And then 3 attacks with a Lashing Tail, rerolling the 1. All hit, wounding on 3s, rerolling 1s again. 2 wounds, no rend, 2 damage, going to 1 damage.
No rendage, so
No rend.
reroll 1s for all out defense, save them both. Then he'll attack back,
Sure.
just straight into the eels, so 3 attacks, 3s, 2 saves at -1 on the eels. They've got cover now, so it'll be 4 up.
They're
But
both
that's
tanks,
fine.
yeah.
And then they fight back.
Oh, they might as well fight back, hadn't they? Again, 5 attacks back, 3s, re-rolling 1s. Oh, just when you need rolls. And then 3s to wound, both wounds, no rend with a
2 up.
Volunteer now.
So
2 bites,
No,
both
no.
missed.
2d3.
2d3 with a Lashing Tail, 2. Both hit. Yeah, both wound.
2 up, save.
The Avenging Tidecaster throws her staff at you for 1 hit and wounds on the 3, of which it does. There's no rend to this, but it's D3 damage. You know.
Saved.
Okay, then into Battle Shot. You take 4 points in that turn, taking you to a total of 21. Actually, I've not totaled them up yet, but you're on 21 points. That's a comfortable 6-point lead going into my turn 4.
Yeah.
Lot of still table presence. You're using those models well, and I'm rapidly running out of models.
Yeah.
It has to be said.
Croak's just being.
I know, and it's one of those things you want to kill Croak, but at the same time,
So
I just
hard,
have to
isn't it?
ignore him. He's just so hard to kill.
Yeah.
So I'll probably just need to move away from him and go for the points, really.
Okay.
But unfortunately, that means retreating and doing nothing this turn with 2 powerful units. Okay, let's push on into my turn 4 then.
Yep.
Going into my hero phase, let's try the ritual. Nope. Okay, then let's go for Arcane Bolt from her. Oh, on a 5.
I think
So easy for you to shut down. Wasn't expecting much.
1.
Hero phase over.
Movements.
Movements. Here we go then. Movement shenanigans. I'm going to run this Ishlan Guard over here.
Yep.
And that's a 4, giving them an 18-inch move. Takes me right over there. Into. Would you mind positioning this one dude? Because I'm going to hold the ruler. There you go. It's 3-inch. Needs to be 3-inch out anyway.
Yeah.
So let's pop that one back there like that.
I mean, you could run them if you want.
I did run them.
Oh, sorry.
I did run them to give them the 18-inch move.
The thralls running.
Yeah, I think so. I think the thralls need to run
Something decent.
2.
Could make that a 6. You've got a command point.
I'm on a command point with nothing to spend on
Yeah.
it, so why not? Which gives them a 12-inch move, yeah?
Try and get them into the Saurus.
There goes the
dog.
dog. It sounds like the post is here. I'm also going to run the Soul Render on a 4. 10-inch move. Put some to there. He would have, even with a 2-inch run, he'd have been in range if I'd have kept, as long as I keep my thralls on that front rank. Wow. I'm probably going to retreat the Tycaster. Thank you. I don't know why I'm running and retreating, because all I'm going to do is going to put it back here again. I want the ability to have the additional deny.
Yep.
Let's retreat the 2 eels. They're not doing anything anyway. Let's leave them on the objective and retreat back to 3 inches, yeah?
Yep.
Like that and that, I think. I mean, they should be a little bit floaty, but we'll put them on the bridge just for safety's sake of the models. The Ishlan over there.
Charging to the Ripper.
Yeah, the shark. Move the shark onto that objective as well. So a 12-inch move, but let's run him and get him the other side. And that's a 6. So yeah, just put him on the objective. I don't think.
I was going to say,
3 inch from the chair.
Try and charge into the chair and kill it.
Yeah, it's 2 models. All I've got to do is kill one of those models. And if I actually charge right, I could position him in the middle and maybe go for some of the longer attacks. I think that's it. We're into shooting. Let's see if we can miraculously one-shot this guy off the table. Hits.
Yep.
Wounds on the 3. Wound. Okay, so that's 1 hit.
Yeah, so 1 save. Don't make it, so that's 2 damage. 6 is to ignore. Still goes.
Wow. Here we go then into charge phase. Let's go with the thralls there. 7. I think that's more than enough. Yes, it is. So let's put them over there. Into there. That guy made it with 7.5 inch. I'm going to have to tally back a little bit with these guys, but the 3-inch pile in will get me further. Okay.
You have to move that.
Yeah, move that back a bit and move that one back a bit.
Yep. Any other charges? These Ishlan?
I don't think so. I'm just going to check. Yeah, he's still, as long as I don't pile him in. The Ishlan then, sorry, yeah. I'm looking for a 3. Yes, we're good. Onto the objective. Ishlan over there into the Ripper, looking for a 3. Yep. Fantastic shark into the, and again a 7, so all good. And into combat we go.
Yep. 19
attacks out of the thralls into that unit, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s with bolt on us.
Yep.
Well, actually, it's turn 4 as well, but oh wait.
Well, yeah, because they don't get the reroll ones from bolt on.
They don't. Sorry, yeah.
But it is turn 3.
Yeah,
so it's
yeah.
Reroll ones.
Turn 3. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Thank you. Turn 4. Okay, and then winning on 3s. No re-roll on this. Irrelevant of location. That is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 wounds out of that unit.
Okay, well, there are 3 up, going down to a 4 up. It's not bad. 5 of them die.
5 of them die. Take from the rear there?
Yeah.
Okay. You're right. Off you go then with the Ripperdactyl.
Hitting on 4s.
Tight match over there. If either of us lose a model, we're in trouble.
And the Jaws gets 2 extra attacks. Wounding on 3s. Well, that's 4 saves at no friend, so 4 3 up.
4 3 ups. Woo, 2 go through.
2. Okay.
I'm going to attack with a shark.
Yep.
5 attacks coming out, hitting on 3s, and wounding on 3s.
Yep.
There's 2 wounds so far.
1 goes through and 6 up to ignore.
Oh no, you know what? That's wounding on 4, so only 1 of those went through.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just do the save again. Goes through. And don't ignore it. So
okay.
1 wound.
My bad. The 1 4 wound roll in the entire army.
Yeah.
I'm at a loss. Ferocious Bite, 1 attack then. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. with a reroll of 1, but I'm good. So that's the bite at -2 rend.
Oh, it would have just gone straight through then. So what's
3
that?
damage.
So down to 2. He still goes.
Okay. You can do this, Astrolith Bearer.
Yep. Hits on 3s. Wounds on 3s. 1 save at 3 up.
1 save at 3 up. And that is a 4.
Bite. 4s. And 4s. Nothing.
Here we go then. Attacking with Voltornos. 5 attacks. Hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. 2 6s so far.
Okay.
So let's do those wounds on 3s. Both wounding at -5 rend, and then the other 2 both wounding at 1 rend.
So 2 at 1 rend. 1 goes through, so that's 3d3 damage.
3d3 damage. That goes to a 2, that goes to a 1, and that goes to a 1, so 4.
4 ups. 8 2, so he takes 2 wounds.
And then we'll attack with the Fang Maws. We've got 3 attacks.
Yep.
Rerolling the 1s. And then wounding on 3s, rerolling 1s. That's up to 10. That's 2 wounds. 1 -1 rend.
1 goes through,
1
and
damage.
I ignore it.
And then 3 attacks with a lashing tail on 3s. On 3s again. Yep. No rend.
And I save it.
2 damage going to 1, but you saved it.
Yep.
Going into the Saurus Warriors, into the Thralls.
Yeah, 7 of them. I'm going to spend a command point from Croak for the Controlled Fury, so
Sure.
the +1 to hit. Hitting on 3s with the clubs. That wasn't good. And then wounding on 3s. That was awful. 2 saves at -1. So 2 6 up.
6 ups, both going through.
Just 1 damage.
Okay.
The bites on 4s. Well, they had a chance and they fluffed it, but that's 3 more saves at no rend.
3 saves at no rend. 1 going through.
So 3 damage in total.
So 3 damage. I'm going to go for the 6 up from him, which he does. Then 6 up again, which he doesn't. So he's dead, and that's another 1 dead. Ishlan over here. This is with their saber attacks. Not I'm re-rolling 1s. Turn 4. Sorry, I do apologise. And then 3 to wound. 4 wounds so far.
Okay.
2 bites going through. I'll push on with the rolls.
Yeah, I saved all of them.
Reroll the 1, and then wounding on 3 is rerolling because it's a bite. That's 2 more wounds with the bites.
Didn't make them.
2d3. Attacks with the tail. Yeah, sorry.
Well, okay, so he's got 2d3 damage going through at some point, but so this is the tail.
Sorry, I was going on to the attacks. Yeah, so that's 5 attacks with the tail.
Yep.
Hitting on 3s, rerolling the 1s, and then wounding on 3s, rerolling 1s. 4 wounds as well with those. If you want to do those cells.
1 goes through. So 2d3
So
plus
2d3 plus 1. That is going to a 2. That goes to a 1. So 3. There's 4 in total then.
I ignored 2 of them, so he takes 2 wounds.
Okay. The last Ishlan over here. 4 attacks. Rerolling the 1. Nope. And then wounding on 3s. 2 wounds.
Both saved.
Going with the bite. Bite hits. Bite wounds.
I save it.
Okay, and then D3 attacks with the tail. 3.
Okay.
2 hits. 3's to wound. Rerolling the 1. That was a miss anyway, so that's just 1 wound going through.
1 goes through.
There you go.
6 up to ignore. Which I don't ignore, but he is alive on 1 wound.
Excellent.
Which could be useful later.
Well, definitely. Sure. I think that's it. Did Voltornos go?
Yep.
As we go into Battle Shock, I'm going to burn my artifact over here to defend those 4.
I have to roll my bravery. But I'm good, because I lost 5 Saurus Warriors.
D3 thralls coming back. That is 3 thralls coming back.
Yep.
Not the news you needed, I know.
Nope.
And in fact, somewhere is a banner bearer, so I'll find that one out.
No, there's one already there. So.
Oh, is there? Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. I can never see. Oh, yeah, there. When you look straight down the banner,
Yeah.
you can't see it. Maybe I need to change its colour. Anything else from my side? I don't think so. So,
No.
from an objective point of view, I take 1, 2, 3,
4, 5, 6.
4, 5, and 6. So,
So I still
6
hold that
points.
one.
Takes us to a draw.
Yep.
Going into roll off for turn 5. This is it. And here we go with a roll off for turn
Whoa.
5. It's a 1.
I got 3, so I can choose.
Whoop. You needed that. Whatever shenanigans you've got planned,
Yeah,
you needed it.
I did need that. So rolling for command points on a 4, so 2 extra, so I get 3 more command points.
So that takes you to a total of 5.
Yep.
Also, I'd go at unlocking this now, because if you get an extra spell,
so I'm going to try and unlock with Croak.
Oh,
Might kill him, but it could. Oh, wow. Okay, so D3. 1. I think I get to add 1 to the damage of one of his weapons, which is brilliant. So his Azurite Force Barrier is now 2 damage. That doesn't do much. I'm going to go with the Asterism to give him +1 to cast and deny, and we're going to go for a Comets Call. Not what you need. But that is a 4, 5, 6, 7, so it does go off.
go for the deny.
Yeah.
Oh,
Stop
this
it.
is 9, yes.
Okay.
It was a 12 at one point.
Then I'm going to go for Celestial Deliverance. I get it on the tier 1, so do you want to try and stop it?
What did you get it with though?
I think quite high. I think I got it on the 9, so it'll be about an 11.
Go for it.
3 units. I'm going to go the Shark, the Eel, and the Soul Renderer. So the eel, this eel on a 2+, yep, takes D3. 1, so he's up to 3 wounds. This shark on a 2+, yes, takes D3. 1, of course.
Oh,
That
come on.
Soul Renderer on a 2+, no.
So, second Celestial
Yep.
Deliverance.
I get it on a 9.
Let's try and deny that. It's a 9, so no, it still goes off.
So yeah, I'll go with the same 3 units. The
I was
Ishlin,
hopeful there.
yeah, D3. So the Ishlin goes.
He goes.
The shark on a 2+.
Oh,
Nope.
this is
And
hurting.
the Soul Renderer, yep, D3. 1, so he's not
I'm
gone.
going to 4 wounds.
Croak going for his 3rd Celestial Deliverance. It goes off
I mean,
on a
yeah,
10.
10.
So the shark, the Soul Renderer, and the Thralls. So the
Yeah.
shark, yep, D3. 3, so it takes him up to 6. The
6.
Soul Renderer, yep, D3. 1, so I think that gets
That's
him.
him, yeah.
And the
Wow.
Thralls.
There's my renderer.
Take 2. So 2 Thralls. You've got
6
1,
up ignore. No. So 2 go.
He goes. That's 4 spells. So I'll go with an Arcane Bolt down onto the shark.
Yep.
I get it on a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's D3
No,
mortal
nice.
wounds.
Yeah.
3, so it gets the shark.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
Um,
Croak just zapping like crazy.
Then
He's just like mental.
What else do I have? I've walked between rounds, but I don't think that's going to help me.
But I mean, if it's anything like turn 4, just keep rolling for
Yeah,
spells.
just Mystic Shielding them. I do. So they're Mystic Shielders.
Okay.
And then
If you've got one more, isn't there a realm Mystic Shield?
no,
as
that's
well?
everything. That's one.
Oh, that's all he spells.
So actually, you know what? Can I change it? I'll put it on him.
Yeah, fine.
He needs the
Let's
Mystic
look at that.
Shield.
That's cool.
That is all of the magic. So now it's into
Movement shenanigans. Here we go into movement. Not a lot left on my side of the table by any means.
No, so the Ripper's just staying there. In fact, he'll go like that.
Yeah,
to
take
there.
him further away.
The Astrolith Bearer, he's not going to do anything.
Croak, retreat and run and just take
No,
out
because he can't
objective.
move.
Oh, of course, he can't.
The Astrolith will
Can you
retreat.
dispel it though?
Yeah, I could have, but
Yeah.
he wouldn't have done anything.
Yeah.
So 7-ish move, he's just going to move out. I can't hold the objective, but it doesn't really matter. That's all the movements, so now it's into combats.
Okay. Go for it. 1 command point you're spending here.
Yeah, so I'm going to spend 1.
Oh, how many did you generate that turn? Sorry,
I generated
3, wasn't
no
it?
2, so it would have been 3.
So
Because of the
right,
one
that
again.
takes you back to 3 command points then, yeah.
So going to give them the Controlled Fury ability from Coatlal's Claw from Croak. They hit on 3s. It's not bad.
Looking good.
And they're wounding on 3s as well.
Idoneth Deepkin, as the tide goes out, are all disappearing off the table. I like to think
2,
you're not
4,
killing them, they're just
7.
going back with
Yeah.
the tide.
So 7 saves at -1.
7 saves at -1, 7 6-up saves. And that is the unit.
Cool.
And actually, that's a 5-up save because of turn 5. But
You're back in cover. So there's
but you
only
still have bites. 2 of them left.
4s.
Come on, shout out.
4s.
Looks like sushi for tea.
3 saves, so 3 4-ups.
3 4-ups. 2 go through.
Still enough.
Pop. Just enough though, Jack.
Cool.
Voltornos valiantly fighting a spell. 5 attacks hitting on 3s. 1 at -5 Ren so far. All going through. The 1 at -5 Ren doesn't wound. The 3 at -1 Ren, 4 at -1 Ren. Only 1 of them wounding. Voltornos really feeling that ebbing tide.
Saved.
3 attacks coming out of the Fang Jaws and Talons. 2 hits, 3s to wound. Rerolling the 1 because it's a mount, and that is -1 rend, 1 damage.
Rerolling 1s from the Mystic Shield. 1 still goes through with a 4-up to ignore. I ignore it.
3 attacks to the Lashing Tail on 3s, and then on 3s to wound, rerolling 1, but no need. 2 going through, no rend though, so you should just see those away. Mystic Shield it. Yes.
Good. Croak will just attack back with his 1 attack. 3 to hit. Hits. 3 to wound. Wounds. 1 save at -1, so 1 4-up.
I am in cover as well.
Yeah, you're right. So it'll be 1 3-up.
And I'm good.
Yeah, okay.
And at that, Jack, huge amount of killing that turn, by the way.
Yeah.
Valiant effort. Beautifully done, but not enough, we think. You take 3 points.
Yeah, and then in your turn, you
at 24.
At least get 5.
1, 2,
No,
3.
you get 3, 4, 5,
4,
and then
5.
you can just move these over to take
I
that.
could do, yeah.
And so yeah.
Although I'd have to run them, but you're right. Either way, 5, all those, or just the heals onto it. But well, actually, I'd lose that one, of course. But yeah, either way, it's 5 minimum, possibly more. That's a game.
Well done.
Well done, mate. Well done. That is a long, hard fight.
Yeah,
against a mid-game dominant army.
Yeah, I mean, we were saying we kind of think the Seraphon lost this on the mission. Looking back, this mission is kind of tailor-suited to Idoneth. That, like, for me, if there was just like 3 objectives in the middle, I could camp my 3 big blocks on the middle and just keep racking up the point. But I just didn't have the units, and you do, and you have the speed to get my backfield objectives, and I didn't have the speed to get yours.
There was a couple of things we talked about as the game went on off camera. One is you should have continued to target the soul renders.
Yeah,
you were focused on them in turn 1, and then your focus moved to other stuff as we moved on. But the reality is, me pumping thralls back on this back turn. My other rookie error is coming up with a plan around the soul renders and constantly replenishing thralls, and then forgetting I tailored my artifact to. Her job was to sit in between those 2 units and stop battle shock at an important point, most notably turn 2, because I needed to carry points into turn 3 for my ability. And I forgot she was carrying it. In my own head, because I've taken Cloak of Midnight so many times, I'm thinking, how can I use Cloak of Midnight? And of course, she didn't have that. So that would have been a big difference, because I would have gone into that turn 3. Well, I could have done 2 rounds on +2 attacks, or I could have just gone +4 attacks. In fact, I would have just probably gone 2 and 2, because you cleverly moved out of a lot of combat in your round. But it would have made it. I think it would have made my second round have 3 attacks. extra,
Yeah.
which would have been mental. But either way, mobility won through again.
It's one of those, watching the thralls, there's definitely something behind. You know, you can take the battalion, you can take the, what's it called, the Enclave, which gives them like D3, it will be 3+3 thralls back every turn. You take like 2 big blocks of 20 thralls, and that's like 6 thralls back every turn. Maybe 7, maybe 8 from the soul renders if they can actually.
Thralls are good. +1 attack against 1 wound, +1 damage against 4. Is it 4 or more wounds?
Yeah, 4 or more wounds. Just why they
like
just
them.
hack
I've got 20 more to paint up. It's a challenge painting them because they are a highly detailed model.
Yeah.
But I think I'll get them done. And we'll look at a thrall list because it's nice to experiment away from eels. Sharks, they're getting retired until the new book. I mean, it was just a 300-point handicap basically. The Sharks. I mean, they still played a role. The 8 wounds is okay. Because that's what made that last shark survive, I think, as long as it did, is that, you know, you're walking around in a, you know, a 12
you might as well take eels over sharks. It's not that the sharks are inherently bad. I mean, they're not great, but they're not, like, atrocious for 100 points. But it's just like the eels would be bad.
And the Leviathan, again, is just not point efficient, but when you look out on the bite... I think
and the aura of cover, it makes it hard to hit thralls. Thralls on a 4-up save are quite scary. Eels on a 3-up save is quite scary to charge them.
True.
You know.
True. Okay, well, great game. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, if you want to continue to support us, pop over to wargameronline.com and check out premium membership there. We really appreciate anybody signing up to that. It makes a massive difference to what we can do on the table. Apologies for the 2-week gap. We'll get this one edited as fast as possible and possibly do a midweek release with it or something like that, just so you've got something to keep yourselves entertained in these dark and trying times. Okay, thank you very much, and we'll see you again soon.
See ya.